And welcome back, everybody, to session 10 of the Fallen playtest. So today, we don't have a ton of players, but we do have back a players played with us once. And so what we're going to do is kind of make this little, as the people after the last session where they're kind of traveling back after raiding the bandit camp, we're going to make some circumstances arise so that we can have kind of a smaller session. So, Vasily, after you guys went ahead, so you guys are out on the open road traveling for days back to Tuntin after your victory over the Orkin of Worm Tor. Now, you guys are traveling, it's you, it's Gale, it's Malgon, it's Crater, and you guys are making your way back, and as you're making your way across these plains of Redwall, red dirt kind of caked onto your boots as you guys walk through maybe some marshy parts, kind of just trying to stay as much as you can on pace towards Tuntin. You guys notice off in the distance a storm brewing. And Gale probably says something kind of about, oh, that does not look good, kind of terrified of it, as you guys see these giant looming storm clouds beginning to encroach in around you, and the winds begin to pick up. And within an hour, you guys are in a torrential downpour, and you can't see maybe a couple feet in front of you, and you guys are all just like bumbling, trying to find some kind of shelter out here in the middle of just because you guys are in like a plain, there's like no shelters or anything, and so you guys are just trying to make your way through. And that's when you guys, first off in the distance, you guys hear this rushing wind, and you realize there are tornadoes touching down ahead of you. And so at this point, you guys are just desperately trying to get to cover somewhere to be safe. And as you guys are crossing this rickety bridge over this stream that's overflowing with water, you're the last one over, and that bridge gives way beneath you, and you're sucked beneath the waves and carried off down the river. Okay. At this point, Gappy, you have been on the road for a couple days trying to find these people. You went to Tuntin to inquire about this group of people you're assuming are workers for one of the Stone Seeker family, which is interesting because usually you guys don't hire outside, or usually Molkin don't hire outside the family for something like this, but you're not quite sure. You talk to the local townspeople, and they let you know that there's been this gigantic, almost like there was a local bandit group that had taken over the town, and these people had saved the town, and they were off investigating some what they thought was where maybe Burrowbard could be, and trying to tie down some loose threads. So you go ahead and you've been on the road trying to find them, stopping along the way to do some commerce and acquire some things as always. But as you're coming, you do see this giant storm cloud brewing. And so you go ahead, probably about 100 feet off of this kind of massive river. You go ahead and make yourself kind of a hole, maybe. And you kind of make yourself a little, actually, I'll say it's by the edge. Actually, no, I'll even say this. So you were sleeping, resting, and you kind of made it in the side of what looks to be this gigantic kind of carved, kind of bend in a river, almost like where it's a river at the bottom and a large slope up the top. So you went ahead and you used your abilities, and you made yourself a nice little hole to be in up there. And you were sleeping in there, and when you awoke, it was just a torrential downpour as you look out your hole, and the river has risen up at this point to probably 5 to 10 feet below where your hole is in the side of this hill. And you just instantly begin to panic, and you do notice about 3 feet above, washed up on a rock right above the river, almost like he gotten splashed up there, is this kind of limp form of this body. It looks appear to be this guy. It's probably about 6'1", 6'2", pretty muscly. He looks to be some kind of soldier or something, and he's unconscious. What would you like to do?
So I'm gonna have to leave this. Oh, hello, I'm back, by the way.
Nice.
But I'm going to first off, I imagine that I'm gonna have to get out of this hole anyways.
Yeah.
So
well, and what you could do is you could burrow up deeper into the hill and go vertical with it. That looking down, there is the possibility that, and right now where you are right now, the river is overflowing, but the storm is not nearly as bad as it was. All the water that's risen to level is what's already on the ground and what's being streamed. So you look up, you kind of notice that You're probably okay in this hole, though. If the storm turns to the worst again, then you would definitely have to move.
Okay, so I'm gonna peek up from the hole, right? And I'm gonna do that little like meerkat thing where I'm just kind of like looking around, you know, just peeking. And I see this figure on this. You said he was laid over a rock.
Yeah, so there's kind of like an outcrop of a rock, almost like where an immense amount of water stripped away like the loose soil on top of a rock that was on the side of a hill. And he's
So I'm
kind of
gonna be
hooked up over around it, like laying splayed
Yeah.
on it.
So I'm gonna kind of like creep up to him, hiding behind little trees and stuff, kind of doing like a little. And I get up to him, I kind of look, and I'm like trying to see if he's unconscious. From my view, I'm probably about like what would you say, 10 feet away at this point?
We'll say 10 feet. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
Oh, I need to pull up my dice. Hang on.
I believe for you it's 46.
46. 6111.
Oh god.
6111. And here, real quick before I forget, let me just go ahead and send you your character sheet just so you have that. So how many
One
wins did you
critical
get?
win, one
got
crit
one.
win, and 3 crit fails.
Oh no. So out of 1, yeah, he looks unconscious.
So I'm like, and I go up and I kind of like shuffle up to him. I wish you guys could see the body movements I'm making.
It's
right
okay.
now. I'm kind of like,
I'm imagining them.
I'm like shuffling up, like, and I kind of like bend over, kind of like looking at him, and I'm like looking. I'm gonna inspect him to see if there looks to be of anything of value.
Oh wow. Okay.
So go ahead. So you start to kind of peer around his body and stuff. Let me grab you your character. Give me 1 second here, boys. I forgot to add you up to the website, so I'm just gonna send you the GitHub link right now. So 1 second. Actually, I'll do it over here. I just want to make sure you have your character sheet. I should have given you this before. 1 second. Oops. Man, I'm the worst host.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. I gotta get this. Man, I love it when I can't. Hold on. Cogent. T-boom. There we go. Okay, give me 1 second. I got you.
You sitting on Discord?
Yeah, I'm just gonna send you a link. Basically, your character sheet. Give me 1 second.
Sounds good.
And that way, we're all good. That way, you can actually look at your character and I don't have to.
Yeah. So basically, I'm looking
So
at
you're
him.
looking at through his stuff right now, and you can just.
I'm
begin-
not looking through his stuff. I'm just kind of glancing over his body.
Because he's kind of laid down. You do
Yeah.
notice a particularly fine longsword on his back that might fetch a fair value.
Very nice, very nice. Okay. And then I kind of do like almost like the John Cena thing where I like wave my hand in front of his face, and I'm like, hello.
So
Hello.
no response from him right now. He appears actually to be unconscious.
Okay, so I am slowly like reach, like I'm scared to reach, but I'm like slowly reaching for the longsword.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm reaching for I imagine it's like got like a leather strap or something hooking.
Yeah,
it
it's kind of it's like hooked over his shoulder kind of. And
Yeah,
like,
so
pulls in
I'm
a
going
witcher.
to try to unleash those hooks. See if I can get the longsword.
Go ahead and make me a
loose.
sleight of hand check. Your sleight of hand is 5d6, and I got your sheet right here. Let me just give this to you.
Okay.
Oh, you know what this is? I see why. This is an on.
I made 63642.
63642. So basically, all it is. So just tell me the
3
wins. So you'll
Yeah,
if,
so,
4, 5, and 6 up are wins for you.
So 3 wins, 2 losses.
Okay. So yeah, you were able to go ahead and you unclasp the sword, and as you do, Vasily, even though you do so gently, the second that you're able to unclasp it, do you want to pick it up?
Do I notice that he's waking up?
He does not appear to be awake at this moment at all. He seems to be just in this deep slumber. You have this large snoring like a bear.
I go, and I try to grab it. I'm pulling a little faster because his snore is being
Here,
deep into
I'll do
like
some
rally.
snores.
Yeah, so that scares me a little bit, and I go, and I like grab it and I try to pull it a little faster.
As you grab the sword, not because you're not stealthy, Vasily, there's the connection between you and the sword. You are instantly alerted, and you feel like it's almost like somebody has just dug their finger into your ear as you snap awake as somebody's touching your sword. And Gappy, you have the sword in your hands now, and Vasily,
I see
your
that
eyes
that's happening.
flick open.
Vasily's
As
gonna...
soon as I see his eyes open and he starts to move, because I know his reaction is going to be to go for that sword, I go, and I throw it.
So you throw
Oh my
it,
god,
and
where did you throw it?
just no. Well, there's only one way it goes. So you throw it, and you drop it, and you just go. You see, go like spins twice, and just bloop, and plops into the running river.
And then, yeah, and I want to immediately turn around and start running back to my hole.
Vasily's gonna stand up, go, "Whoa. Who is there? Who's there?"
I'm still running.
And so you see this little like actually maybe good. So let's describe each other character, at least maybe from the backwards view. So Vasily, would you mind describing what you look like?
Sure, Vasily's 6'2". He's, got a beard. He's got longer hair. He's wearing this chainmail and like gambeson armor. He is very built and stacked. Like, he may not be the most defined muscles, but like you can tell my boy lifts big. And he just looks like he's well traveled. And you would know that, like, if you're from the area, you'd know generally whereabouts that he goes about. They call it the Bear Knight.
Yes.
He has like his hair color. Hold on, is like it's like a brown. He's got brown eyes. And like his armor is kind of covered with like fur. Of what looks like to be like a bear.
Okay. And then Gappy, would you mind describing what you look like?
Yeah, so we never officially went over this, but I do have just a general idea of what I would
You can
want
make
him
it
to look
whatever
like.
you want.
Yeah, so he's short. He's very
Like
short.
really
like
short. Like
Yeah,
short?
he's
like 3'6",
not like
3'6"
mini,
and
not
4.
like yeah. So he's like definitely halfling size. He
Okay.
kind of walks with a little bit of a hunch, so you can tell he's a little bit of animalist. Like he's definitely not just like straight up a normal human.
Mm-hmm.
So he's definitely beastkin. He's got like a lot of hair, but he's not like covered in fur.
Yeah.
He's got like almost, it looks like a jolly face if a jolly face looked like a goblin. And he's got like big mutton chops that like are probably like 12 inches long.
Oh my god.
And he just like, he looks like, and you see his hands, they're kind of like, not clawish, but they look like they're made for digging. He's definitely like, he is a mole as a human. He looks like who's the guy from Harry Potter that turns into a rat?
Oh yeah.
Is it Pettigrew? No.
Peter. No, it is. It is Peter Pettigrew.
It is Peter Pettigrew. He looks like Peter Pettigrew halfway through his transformation from a rat to a human. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what he looks like.
And so you see this little
except
dude
small and hunching.
scurrying away from you, Vasily, and he kind of dives into this little like hole, probably big enough to where you could probably squeeze in with some effort. But you see him kind of just disappear into this hole, and you do see a little bit of like lantern light coming out of the hole.
I'm gonna like start walking up there. Vasily is just like kind of, he's been through it. He's, I do not have time to deal with little half people today.
One thing you will say is Vasily.
He's gonna reach for his sword.
Well, you don't have a sword.
I know, but he's gonna reach for it and realize it's gone.
Yeah.
He knew why he was woken up, but he like instinctively reaches for it. He goes, Suka.
One thing I will say,
And-
Vasily, you do know you are on a quest right now looking for a Moleken. You're looking for Burrowbard Stoneseeker, and this is the first Moleken you've seen.
Little friend, come out and talk. Vasily is not mad. I would have done the same thing.
You see his head poke out, like just a little bit. He goes, "Did you say Vasily?"
Yes, my name is Vasily Anatoly. I am the Bear Knight.
You do
Are
recognize this name as one of the adventurers that is off looking for Burrowbard.
Your name is Vasily. Are you an adventurer? Also, Vasily the adventurer, not just some random Vasily that's about to kill me in my hole.
How am I going to kill you without sword, little one? You made sure that I do not have it. But yes, I am an adventurer. I have been on many great adventures. Me and my companions. Jeff.
Are you are you looking for anything, or anyone in particular?
We are looking for a little mole creature named Burrowbard, Stone Seeker.
I jump out of the hole and I'm like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Finally, I found you. Yes, yes.
and I run up to and I immediately try to hug him.
Okay.
I'm gonna slowly like, little creature, buy me a drink first.
And when he hugs you, he's like hugging around like your thigh.
Okay, what is your name, little one?
Gabriel Dirtbreaker, but you can call me Gappy. But everybody calls me Gappy. I'm known by Gappy. Mostly people call me Gappy because they don't respect me, so they call me Gappy.
Oh.
It's like an insult, but anyway, you can call me Gappy too. I don't find it insultive. You're very strong.
Okay, Gappy, okay. First thing is first, where is Sword?
And you both kind of turn around and look down the hill and just towards the giant rushing river, just like moving. And like, remember, this river is like flooded right now, so it is like raised up off of where you conventionally is, and there's just surging water. You might even see like a tree fall down and crack and fall into the water as it gets dragged down the river.
I'm just standing there. I look at him. I look at the water. I look at him. I look at the water. And I run back to my hole.
And
Where?
you see Gappy dive into, like, as you turn away, you're going, where? And you look back and Gappy is just running off towards his hole.
Gappy, get out of hole. You cannot stay there.
Are you going? Don't hurt Gappy. don't hurt me.
Gappy, I am not going to hurt you. Why were you looking for me?
I get up and I act like I am a strong like figure, and I do like the fists on the hips and poke out the chest, and I go,
I am Gappy. I'm here to rescue Burrowbard Stoneseeker, and by that I mean I'm your manager.
and I say,
I will be the manager of your team, and I will guide you to victory from my dirt hole. Cause well, look at me, Gappy doesn't fight, but you know, it is what it is.
Well, do you have a place where we can go, Vasily? And he's going to reach for his in his pack and see if his vodka or his fine medical spirits have made it.
Roll
are
me.
we still
Can I
are we
roll
still
D20?
doing?
Yeah, roll me a d20. What were you saying? Ooh, so you do, Jake. It looks like so your pack would have been on the mule with the other people.
Yeah.
But you would.
I'll have like a little
Yeah, you have
flask.
like a little like almost like a little sampler body. Just
Yeah.
top off.
Well, Vasily needs to replenish.
You could, if you wanted to wait out the rest of the storm. You probably could squeeze into Gappy's hole. It's like a
is
hole,
there-
it's
Are
a
we-
hole, and then
so-
like a little bit of a cavernous area that you've made.
Are we
Gappy,
still doing what we discussed earlier with Gappy having the very lavish mohole? Or are we going to do that
So
where he's traveling? It's not very lavish.
Yeah, it's not. This is not very lavish. This is a temporary hole.
Okay.
Is there room for Vasily in there? We need to wait out storm.
1 moment.
And Gappy dives back into the hole. You see dust and stuff flying out. I just want to use a moment to like dig quite a bit deeper.
Okay. So you can.
You said I can use a 5 foot by 5 foot block of dirt, right?
Yeah, and you can. Well, and kind of the way to think about it is that like you can move, like pretend that this earth is like really, it's like sand almost, and you have a shovel. Like that's how much you can move without it being like, unless you want to make a harder check. But just trivially moving like the stuff out, you can just manipulate it, and like it's almost like earth bending, right? So as like you're digging and stuff, you're just kind of, you can move as fast as you could with a good shovel moving sand. So you can move a lot pretty quick.
Do you think that Gappy has a sizable hole right now where he's been there?
Oh, yeah,
For a minute?
'cause
How big do you think this hole is?
I'd
already?
say this hole right now is somewhere between, it's probably, the ceiling is probably about 4 feet or 4 feet because you okay with hunching down a little bit, and then in terms of like the other dimensions, probably like 10 by 10.
10 by 10. Okay. So I'm gonna dig. I'm gonna dig up another little like section of dirt out of the wall, like a 5 by 5 section, and I'm gonna toss it across the room and try to like form little crude bits of furniture.
Okay.
And I don't want him to see any of this. I just want dust to be flying out of the hole.
Okay.
And then like when I'm done, I just peek out. Come in. Come into my office.
Vasily puts his hand on his head and goes, Suka, this day has been one for the books.
You come in and you see this little kind of dirty, because it's made of dirt, but well like furnished office, and you see there's like a desk, a chair, and there's like a small like stool for you to sit on, and Gappy's already behind his desk.
It's a dirt stool, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a dirt stool, but
What's
it's
the
like
likelihood that it crushes under Vasily's weight when he sits down on it?
I'm gonna say it's like formed dirt, so he's like, because he's used magic to compress it.
Okay.
But if you try to push it, it'll definitely tumble apart. But just for sitting, like without like just like completely trying to knock it over, it'll hold. Actually, it's more like a beanbag.
I got you. It's a beanbag chair. He's got a hip Google office. Vasily walks in. He kind of looks around. He goes, "Do you always make all your furniture out of dirt?"
No. When I'm at my master hole in Redwall, I don't know if you've ever been to the great city of
Vasily has been
Redwall.
to many places.
I don't know if you've been to the great city of Redwall, but I'm very well known there. My family, let's just say I am very close to the mole father.
What is mole father? Vasily does not know this term.
You don't know who the mole father is?
No, why
Vasily,
would
make
I?
me
Am
a
I-
general knowledge check. This is gonna be
Okay.
I will say your warrior knowledge has something to do with this. So a general knowledge check. It'll be a CL3.
Okay, I did not
This
get
is,
it. I got a 1.
So you don't know anything. He might mean some kind of like restaurant or something. You don't know.
Okay, but I've been to Redwall though, so like I know
You
Redwall,
definitely
right?
have been in Redwall
Yeah,
before,
okay.
but this isn't a part of the
Vasily-
society you've interacted with.
Vasily's gonna sit down and goes, "Is mole father like some sort of restaurant or something?"
David.
I
Yes.
think you might be muted.
Oh,
working on-
good.
I asked a question.
Oh, I was laughing. I guess it didn't
Oh,
come through the
It's
mic.
okay. Is mole father like some sort of restaurant or place that you mole can gather in the city? Because I've been to Redwall many times and have never heard of Gappy or mole father.
Obviously, you've not been around the dissidents of the fine culture of Motown, have you? Have you
No.
ever been to the Undercity?
No,
That would string up something based on your general knowledge. You have heard of the
Yeah.
Undercity. You know how in Redwall that it's built on top of the Siren castles
Yes.
before, and there's all those interlocking chambers, aqueducts, and cavernous things below Redwall. You would know that there are people that do live down in those areas there, and that's called the Undercity.
So you are from the Undercity. No, I try to stay above ground as much as possible.
That's fair. Well, anyways, I'm very well known there. I'm very famous.
So,
obviously.
as Vasily sits down, you see this big hunking 6'2" man kind of huddled up on your small little mole people furniture, hunched over so he can fit in the
Like
in the
Luke
cavern.
Skywalker and Yoda's hut.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Or kind of like Mr. Incredible in The Office.
Yeah. So
And he takes out his small little provision of drink and he starts drinking a little bit.
So I whip out a piece of paper and a pen, and it's clearly got like some sort of like contractual obligation written on it. And I said,
as your manager, I, Gappy, will be solely in charge of your wandering band at the rescue of Boabard Stoneseeker.
But what is this
And-
piece of paper?
It basically gives me, Gappy, sole rights to, your victory of finding Boabard.
What do you want, like credit, or do you want like the spoils of war? Like what do you want, young one?
Well, if you read here in the very fine print that I've so happily put so that I didn't think you would ask this question, it does say right here, if you right here, that it says Gappy Gabriel Dirtbreaker hereby is sole owner of any loot found. But if you don't like that part, I can get rid of it. It's okay. It's
So-
fine.
This is how things usually go. I do not know how many adventures or rescue missions Gappy has been on, but Vasily has been on many. Okay, and this is usually how it happens. You pay me. You pay our group. You are hiring us, correct?
Oh, no. I'm here to help you.
Why would I need help?
Gappy knows Boabard family very well. And I am really good at finding other Molekin. I think I would be of great help to you. That is why I'm selling myself, with a contract, of course, to you. My services will be provided to you.
So then, if we were buying you, correct? If we were, wouldn't we be one's proposed contract?
Oh, no. Don't be silly, Mr.
And-
Strong Muscle Man.
And second of all, usually how things are done is all loot is split between all members of party.
You drive a hard bargain. Okay. Hear me out.
But
Gappy
this is neither here nor there. We do not have full group, and I will not sign anything without the full group being here.
Gappy. Well, that's just unfair. Fine.
So, Gap, in your mind, you kind of speculate, you kind of hear that you're trying to drive, a hard bargain, and he's driving a hard bargain back. You think that maybe showing a little bit of reciprocity might endear you towards them a little bit. You think maybe it's doing something nice for them, and then over drinks, maybe you could ask again. Who knows?
We must find my group, and then we will put
you
your
see Gappy?
proposition.
You see Gappy start scratching his chin, and he's like, Let's see.
Are you okay?
One moment. Okay. New contract obligation idea. No contract. Gappy?
No, this is suitable. No contract.
Gappy, help find strong man, big man, sword. Gappy helps strong man, sword man, go find Boabard, Stone Seeker, and rescue him from any danger. And Gappy lets you have the party have that he's involved in. So as of right now, only me and you, Gappy gets 50% of profit, and Gappy gets the recognition that he himself, Gappy, the manager of the team, is solely responsible and in power of that team has rescued Boabard Stoneseeker.
No, that is acceptable. Hey, have drink to toast.
And you
Really?
two share a drink as you guys make your little bargain. And Gappy, he passes you this flask. Do you take a drink?
Yes. I want to kind of. So I want to see what's he doing. Is he looking directly at me as I take this drink?
No, I am.
Fuck. So I take a big swig.
You do,
Oh, God.
and this is like moonshine. Like, this is like a rubbing alcohol. I need you to make me an endurance check. CL 1.
How many d6 do I get?
So if you look, over in the chat here, I sent over your link to your character sheet.
Oh, I didn't see it. There it is.
It should be 3d6.
Actually, I don't see it. What?
It should be in the Tunnels with Tuntin playtest here.
Oh, it just never gave me a weird. Okay, here we go.
You should be able to click on that link, and then it'll take you over
Okay.
to.
Endurance check. So 3d6.
Yes. Da.
I'm gonna actually just pull up a dice in this internet browser.
Yeah,
window
if you just type in dice roller, it works perfect.
4, 2, 5. So I 1, 2, lost 1.
Okay. So you got at least a 1 win, because we only ever care about wins.
Yeah.
Okay. You take a swig, you kind of feel this rush go down your body as you're kind of sitting on this chair, and you're like, and it kind of just frizzles up your entire mind for a second. But with 1 swig, you are not intoxicated, but you are feeling nice and warm and loose. Maybe a little bit more, just a little bit more open.
Can I get? So it's moonshine. So I imagine it could potentially be maybe illegally made or anything. Could I see if I know where this is made from the black market?
Sure. Make a black market check. I would note that moonshine is only illegal in like modern day. Like there's nothing illegal necessarily in kind of like medieval times about making your own alcohol. But you can absolutely make a black market check.
I'm trying to find my black market check.
You're good.
4d6.
So you roll 4d6.
Only 1 win, so.
Okay. You think this kind of might come from some kind of Ogrekin tribe stuff? You can't figure out who made it though. You do have a kind of a knowledge of the different criminal organizations that operate out here. So you're kind of aware, but nothing comes to mind immediately.
Basically, since I don't know a lot about it, I'm just like,
That ogre shit is strong.
No, but it just brought us spoils of battle. The great ogre who catch axe in head, fought very valiantly, but in the end, he was no match.
Yes. Valor
I told
and
him
strength.
that I was going to bring death, and we in fact did bring death. They had giant ogre though. It was 30 feet tall. It's huge.
So, Gappy, for first order of business as your manager, I say let's find your sword.
There is no need. Sword will be back. It is okay.
You just see Vasily just there like nursing his plaque, and he seems like this is like 2 + 2 = 4.
Yeah, like he's being stone cold serious when he's like, "No, it is okay. Sword will be back to Vasily."
I just look at you with the most confusion. You see it in my little eyes, my little mole eyes, and I'm just like,
Okay.
and then, yeah, I think that's just that. I think it's there's an awkward silence.
So you guys are just chilling there, and you guys just sit out and wait out the rest of the storm. The night kind of passes, and maybe you guys get some shut-eye and stuff as you see the river slowly going back to the normal area. And once the storm has stopped, you guys go ahead and get back out onto the open road. Vasily, you kind of tell him that your party decided they were going to meet up in Tuntin again. So
Yeah.
Gappy, you were just there, so you guys are trying to go back to normal you came, but as you guys go towards Tuntin, some of the key bridges that you guys usually cross to go back that way have been wiped out by the floods that ensued from the storm. And so you guys, Gappy, you guys kind of plot a course, and you have to find an alternate route around to get back to Tuntin. And so as you guys do, you guys are on the trail, and now you are here. I will pick you up.
Okay, I can get back up now.
Let me change the music real quick here.
Is it still nighttime or is it daytime?
It'll be nighttime, yeah. So you guys have been walking through the night. You've been pushing a hard pace, Vasily, and so maybe Gappy, your body might not be used to this as much. This might be a little bit tiring for you. You might be complaining a little bit.
I'm very little, right?
Yeah, so you are.
Can we be at this? Can we actually play back a little bit earlier and see if Vasily would be carrying me?
Sure.
Unless you incessantly complain so much and refuse to move, Vasily probably is not going to carry you. But we will play back a little bit.
So yeah, you guys, it's a little bit earlier in the day. I'm gonna say it's around 5 o'clock at this point. And Vasily, you're taking your long stride. You guys are trotting down the path. So at this point, Vasily, you would have told Gappy here about Burrowbard that you guys believe there is a criminal network known as the Spider's Web that has essentially kidnapped him, and it's all in some relation to some kind of business venture, some kind of mining business venture that is related to a key.
Some man with a glass sword or something, glass staff, he have business venture, and it's all revolve around mining. Something you understand, Gappy? It is all one big conspiracy.
Yeah, hang on.
Hurry up! What is the problem?
Hang on, I'm moving. Give me a moment.
We do not have a moment.
Okay, let's go. What were you saying about glass or something?
Yes,
silly?
it is all revolve around some mining, the ogres, something with a castle. It is all connected, and there's this big thing in the bottom of a manor that eats people. It is all crazy.
You turn around.
shit.
You realize that I'm not responding to anything you say. You turn around and look back, and I'm still way back on the path. I never started moving.
Vasily's gonna start walking back. What is the problem, Gappy?
Look, you big strong man, big strong legs. Me, mole man, little legs.
Well, we do not have time. Climb on back.
Okay.
I just climb up there.
And you kind of hop on Vasily's big, broad shoulders, and you're like where his sword usually would be, and he just he just moves you guys effortlessly as you guys just continue down into the night.
You must keep eyes peeled. You will find sword. It will be glowing.
So
keep eyes peeled for anything glowing.
As you guys are moving down the path, you guys turn around a corner, and plunge into the middle of the path is your sword.
See, I told you, sword, come back.
And Gappy, you're just
See,
like
it is no problem.
flabbergasted.
Yeah, I see it. My eyes are glistening. I immediately am looking at it with the biggest
And in your mind, you're like, this must be a different sword. This couldn't be the same sword.
I'm gonna pick it up and I want to put it around my shoulder so he can see the handle and all that stuff.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say actually I'll say that it's stabbed into the ground and the scabbard is laying beside it. So you grab your thrown at scabbard and you're kind of have it one-handed and you're kind of leaning like the pommel up with the sheath on your shoulder, kind of gripping where the blade would be if there was a sheath.
Yes, correct.
And
correct.
Gappy, you do see this, based on when you were examining it before, it appears to have the same pommel, same grip, same crossguard. It appears to be the same sword.
I sniff it and touch it, and I'm like,
you sniff it and touch it, and yeah, it just seems like a normal sword. Nothing to you, unless you really want to inspect the hell out of it. Maybe we can make you a general knowledge check to see if you want to.
No, I just think it's worth something.
Oh yeah, because you do know magic swords or rune crafted items are quite expensive.
Yeah.
So
now, I let you take sword once, little man. Do not get any funny business.
So you guys begin making your way down the path. As you do, you bend this cross the road, and you come up here.
This is unrealistic. I'm not on his back.
Immersion broken. You guys come up to a path here. Can I have both of you make me a perception check?
No.
I'm looking. Actually, I won't tell you what I'm looking for.
Perception. 46. Oh, that's all of them.
Oh, so what'd you get? 4?
A 6, a 5, a 4, and a 5.
Just
Yeah.
how
I got
many
a 1.
wins? 4 wins? 4
Yes.
wins, 1 win. So Vasily, you don't really notice anything, but Gappy, you, at the corner of your hearing, hear kind of a soft, enchanting, inviting voice kind of say, "This way." And it kind of comes off to your right down here, down this path. As you guys kind of pass what looks to be almost like these interwoven tree branches that form almost an arch for you to walk through on the right.
Mr. Strongman, did you hear something?
No, all I hear is our footsteps and sounds of beautiful quiet night.
Something just spoke.
And,
That's a little.
unfortunately, the sounds of empty bottle.
Um, I'm gonna be real with you. I just heard somebody say something that way, so we should probably not go that way. Yeah, we should keep going straight because that way is not. There was a woman that just spoke to me in a very soothing voice, and Gappy knows that that's not a prostitute, so I definitely don't want to go that way.
Well, it could be prostitute.
I no. Gappy knows what prostitutes sound like.
So does Vasily. But
Well,
there was this one woman in one town. She was big and strong. Vasily knew the moment that he laid eyes on her, she was perfect. See, we was at bar, everyone dancing except Vasily, and he
I
looked
can
across,
only imagine.
and she was
She
also
looked
not
like
dancing.
an oak.
What did you say?
Nothing.
You can get
Anyways.
off back now.
Damn it. Okay.
You hop off the back. And at this, Gappy,
I stared down into the pathway.
you do, and down into the pathway, you see what appears to be like in the darkness. Now you don't have dark vision because you don't have polycraft. If you invest in polycraft, you'd have that. But you look down the path, and it's kind of a moonlitish night. Let me read something for you. Give me 1 second. Okay. So, you look down this path, and you see kind of sitting on this, there's like a table, like a desk in here and some chairs, and looks to be some supplies on the table, and you can see some glowing rocks around the ground.
The glowing rocks. I scratch my chin.
Like there's supplies. I don't know if you can see. Like there's supplies over here. It looks like somebody's camp was here at one point. There's like a bookshelf, a desk, supplies over here, a camp supply stuff, and like what looks to be like a fire that's not been lit.
Do I see anything that Gappy would think is valuable enough to try to sell?
It depends what's in the supplies. Books are pretty valuable in general because it's pre like industrial text like production. And then who knows? You have to go investigate the supplies for sure. Also over here, there does appear to be like some bottles on the ground, like some alcohol maybe.
Big man. Big, strong man.
My name is Vasily. I do not call you little mole man. But
Big, strong Vasily man. Can you go in there and see, just kind of check it out for me real quick? I think I saw alcohol in there.
No, wait 1 moment. I'm gonna use night vision and see if I can get a better look at the path.
You kind of look down the path, and yeah, you see what he does. You do indeed see kind of more even clearly. There appears to be a bookshelf, a table, looks to be sacks of some kind of supplies stacked on the table. You see what looks to be a camp spot that somebody was maybe hiding out here in the woods. You do see over here what appears to be some different bottles, and looking at them, you suspect some of these might not be alcohol, some of these might be healing potions.
Oh. You will come with me, Gabby.
Okay.
So I'm gonna follow behind him, but I'm gonna be like sneaking behind little trees and peeking out. Like I'm not gonna be super close to him,
Okay,
but I am gonna follow him back there.
Okay. So
I'm basically it looks like he's waiting for something to go wrong, so he can run away when.
So you get to about here, peering through the brush here, and Vasily, you kind of step out here. Yeah, it just looks like a normal campsite.
No. It looks okay, Gabby. I'm gonna go walk over here and start rummaging through the supplies and the bottles and stuff.
So
and
you do so.
see what we can see of value. Do I see a backpack anywhere?
You don't see a backpack. You do see what looks to be a bedroll here. You see what looks to be 2 large bottles of vintage wine, and there's a note tied around one of the big ones here. And you do see 2 vials of minor healing blood here.
What does the note say?
So you kind of peer down at the note and you read it, and it says, "To Agatha with respect."
Could Vasily kind of see if this maybe was like spoils from the ogre raiders? Maybe.
Yeah, make me a general knowledge check.
I'm gonna use a destiny point to get one.
So the one. Nope, nothing really comes to mind
Okay.
about the Ogrekin. You have heard the name Agatha somewhere before, and you're trying to put a finger on it.
Okay. Maybe.
I yell over at Vasily and I go,
Is there a woman over there?
No, there's no woman. We are alone. You are hearing things, Gappy. Maybe you were going crazy.
so I
too.
kind of walk out. I walk into that area with him. I'm just kind of in the middle.
Do I see anything I could use to kind of like as a makeshift satchel or something to stash the stuff?
I'd say you could tie up the. You could definitely tie up and cut apart the. What's it called? The
bedroll?
The bedroll, and maybe fashion it. Do you want to make me a survival check?
Yeah, I got
I
you.
want to look. So while he's doing that, I want to look at where he's not looking. I want to go there.
I got none.
So you want to go over to the bookshelf, the supplies on the table.
I would probably go to the bookshelf and look at what's on the bookshelf.
Okay.
I got a 0 by the way, so I can't do it.
So you go ahead and you're just trying to cut it apart, and Gappy, you begin to approach this bookshelf and you're rummaging through it. You see all these texts, and as you kind of examine them, you realize some of these are like quite like valuable ancient texts, and you're kind of surprised they're just sitting out here in the forest. And you kind of rummage through them, and that's when you guys hear the same voice, Gappy, you heard before kind of whisper into your ear, and kind of this slow. Go ahead.
I just start frantically putting things that I think look expensive.
Okay,
Into
so
my bag.
as you start to do that,
Gappy's got a backpack?
Gappy does have a backpack. So you guys hear, can you kind of feel this chill come over the entire space, and like it's been a warm summer night.
What did I grab?
So hold on, we're gonna have to, because we're gonna make you a check to see what you grabbed first. So the air turns cold, and an intense feeling of dread grips both of you. A chill, pale form, formed from light, kind of begins to form in the air, and it's swiftly assuming the form of what looks to be a woman. 1 second.
I'm scared to turn around.
Vasily turns around and
Hold on.
he's going to try to reason with it.
Hold on.
Is that
So a
is that
chilly,
Obi-Wan?
pale light
Is that Obi-Wan
form.
Kenobi?
So a
You
chilly.
must, Vasily, you must go to the Dagobah system.
So a chilly, pale light forms in the air, swiftly assuming the form of a female vampire. We can tell because of the long ears.
Yeah.
Her hair and robes sway in a spectral breeze, and there's just something kind of off-putting about her face. It's just slightly sunken. Though she might have been beautiful once, there's kind of this malevolent expression that twists across her features. And she hisses, "What brings you here? Are you aware that seeking me out leads to death?"
I run over to Vasily and grab his leg.
So you're like shaking behind his leg here.
Madam, my name is Vasily. We did not know that we were trespassing on hallowed ground. I do humbly apologize.
At this, Vasily, you think back. You have heard mentioned once that there was remember the cleric lady at the town that was having problems with some kind of powerful spirit in the area?
Yes.
The name Agatha kind of rings into your head, and you kind of realize you might be dealing with the same thing now.
Yes.
She kind of looks you up and down. She looks up and down and goes, "You telling me you did not seek me out on your own?"
No, madam. We got caught in storm, and I got separated from my group. And I was trying to make my way back. My friend that is carrying, or my associate that is carrying behind my leg, said that there looked like there might have been some provisions, and we were trying to get back to Tuntin. It is my apologies. We will leave and not disturb your resting place.
She kind of looks at you all and says, I will deal with you then, but you will put back all you have taken from this
No.
place. In exchange for your guestly behavior. And as like she kind of calming down, this kind of croak in her voice kind of seeds back into kind of this normal, eloquent vampire accent. He kind of looks you up and down and goes, I know many things. I will allow for you to ask one such thing. And I will answer truthfully, just one. I warn you about the magnitude of what could be asked. But first, she kind of gestures, put back my belongings.
Vasili's gonna kind of put down the vials of healing blood back where he found them. He hadn't cracked open the alcohol yet, so that's still laying
The
down
blanket
there.
is torn apart on the ground, though.
It is. I'm gonna leave it.
She's gonna look at that and kind of wince at you.
Madam.
And she's gonna look to Gappy though, because Gappy, I'm gonna say, Gappy, would you go ahead and make me a sleight of hand check? I want to see how many books you were able to grab before.
Yeah, and Vasily doesn't know that he grabbed books.
You did not.
Vasily does want to pose a question to her whenever
Not yet.
we can get to it.
Gappy, please make me a sleight of hand check. I'm gonna make it versus her perception. 1 second.
Sleight of hand, 5d6. Okay. Oh my god, I have all of those.
You got all of them? Okay, well there it is.
Yeah, I got 3 4s, a 6, and a 5.
So she got a 2. You got a 5. You got 5 wins.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, cause she would. How many books did you want to have grabbed?
It wasn't even books. I was just grabbing things that looked like they would be of value.
The only
So
thing that
it-
was
it-
on the
it-
bookshelf were the books. So you
Oh,
want.
okay. I thought there was like a skull, like a skull or something. I don't know.
There
Or
is a skull
maybe-
here. You don't think it would be very valuable.
So, can you describe the books? What they
Sure.
look like to me?
So I'm gonna say on the bookshelf, this upper section here. So this upper section,
Uh-huh.
these appear to be kind of really thick. They all look like they're of the same kind of like it's like a series of books that are all on the same subject. They're very thick and dense. On the bottom, there are 2 more that appear to be on a different. So I'm saying the ones on the top are on like the grand economic systems of the country of Redland. The one on the bottom, these 2 here that are kind of the same color, these appear to be some kind of alchemical books. This one on the right, this blue one, it does not have any names or marking on it. It appears to be handwritten. And this bottom one under the skull is red, and it also is not marked by anything.
So I grabbed the blue, I grabbed the red one, and I grabbed the alchemical books.
Okay, so you're able to snag those and quickly, like, so as you're like you're freaking out like a couple seconds ago, you grab those and like stuff those into your coat pockets and into your backpack, and then you scurried over to Vasily's leg. So she's gonna look to you, and she doesn't appear to have noticed quite yet. She's definitely saw Vasily taking the stuff. She has not seen you taking that stuff. And so at this point, she doesn't know that you have anything, because she hasn't looked towards there. And she's going to look at you and go, thank you, as you put the stuff back down, Vasily. Then the deal is struck in good faith.
Madam.
Real quick,
I know
Jake,
you said,
before we continue, make me a communications check at advantage.
Okay. Let's see. Communication. Let's see if I can get a good roll. My rolls have not been super good lately. Oof.
You got it. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. You needed 3. Okay.
And I didn't even need advantage for that.
So she seems kind of pleased with your etiquette so far and your respect. Apparently not seeking her out has been very admirable. So she's going to kind of nod. And she's going to kind of, with her ghostly form, kind of lean onto this chair here. And as you do, she's going to snap her fingers, and this fire is going to erupt into fire here. Like a nice, warm, soothing fire. Hold on.
Madam.
Wait, hold on 1 second.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. Let me just do one thing. Okay. And
know.
she's going to turn to you and she'll go, "What is your name, travelers?"
My name is Vasily Anatoly, the Bear Knight at your service.
Ah,
I peek around from uh Vasily, and I put my hands on my shoulders again, or on my hips, like fists on hips, and I go,
Oh no.
I am Gappy, hero of Redland.
she kind of looks at you and looks up and down and goes, "You are both great heroes. I've not heard of you, Gappy, but I have heard of you, Mr. Anatoly. People pass by here all the time. I listen to every conversation that comes through this forest. Couple have mentioned your name in passing. The Bear Knight.
Uh,
She kind of ponders. You killed your own brother, didn't you?
I did.
She's gonna
I
like
look at Gappy,
flick to the sword
or
and
I look at Vasily, and I'm like, I just kind of look at him, like kind of surprised, like I wouldn't have known that.
kind of looks up and down. You've been very admirable, Mr. Anatoly and Gappy. So, I will change our arrangement. You've respected my home. You've offered me your names in good faith. I will give you 3 questions. And my name is Agatha.
Miss
Please, and
Miss
she's gonna
Agatha.
gesture. Sit, as she points to the stool in the bed. We'll have
I'm
a
gonna go
civil
ahead
conversation.
I'm gonna go ahead and sit on the stool as
And
I kind of
everything is
like.
still like freezing cold around you besides the one warm fire. And you
I'm
guys notice that the
also.
sound of the
Mhm.
forest has completely stopped.
Okay. I'm also, as I sit down, I'm gonna give all customs and courtesies. Vasily was brought up
Do
in
you want to
that.
sit on the bed or on the stool, Jake?
I'm gonna sit on the bed because Vasily's big.
Okay, you kind of sit on the bed. And Gappy, do you want to sit on the stool?
Uh, sure.
You sit on the stool.
Actually, I think I would kind of sit on that stump behind him. I don't
Which,
think I would move that close to her.
where's the stump?
Or it's not a stump, it's a log.
Oh,
Sorry.
this thing right here?
Yeah.
Okay, so you kind of sit down and she's going to sit up and she's going to sit on the stool then as her kind of ghostly form apparates over it and she kind of like tucks her dress over and sits very ladylike. My name is Agatha. 3 questions.
My first question for you, Madam Agatha, is how may we assist you in finding your peace?
She kind of leans back like she's taken aback. You would waste a question on me, are you sure?
Where I come from, as you know many things. Where I come from, we have utmost respect for those who have lived life and have passed on. And Vasily, as part of his family, always aims at trying to help spirits find their peace.
She kind of chuckles under her breath. Well, I was once a powerful spellcaster with soulcraft specifically, and I was the last of my bloodline. I could never have.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
you see Gappy, like a face come across Gappy's face that almost looks like he understands that a little too well.
She kind of continues, and when I was young, I lost all my brothers, my sisters, my family. I was the last one left. And so I dove my entire life into soulcraft, trying to find a way to bring them back. Some called me a heretic, trying to mess with the natural order of life and death. And in the end, they were right. I could never have children, so instead I bound my soul to this place, to this forest. For as long as I stay in here, the wraiths that hunt the afterlife for people like me that don't have an ancestor, I can stay safe and exist here forever. There is no peace for me, I'm afraid. Maybe you could come visit once in a while, but the reality is, I chose my life here. I
I know
chose
I know you said that people seek you out and kind of and disturb your resting place. If you would like, I can make sure that I will, to the best of my ability, will make sure that this is known as sacred ground, so you will not have to worry about those disturbing your resting place.
She kind of nods her head and thanks. One question.
I
Two more.
I look up at her. Gappy has like a serious look, something that you wouldn't expect from him as a character. Because it seems like you've struck, with her words, have struck a chord deep within his core that brought up very difficult memories for even Gappy to understand. Gappy looks at her and he says, "Will I bring honor to my family?"
She's gonna look at you. As she does, you see her she's gonna like ponder it for a moment, and you see like he kind of looks up into the air as she ponders it. Not in the way that you think. Right now, you tread a path that in the end, you will realize was for naught. What you wanted was always in front of you, willingly given. You gonna ponder that, like, what?
No, I'm only laughing because I know it. I know my
Yeah,
backstory.
but
I'm gonna get with you offline and
does
tell you what immediately came into my mind because I don't want spoilers.
But does Gappy understand in character? I don't know if he does.
No, in Gappy's going to look
Let's put it this way,
kind of.
young one. You've chosen your lot. What you really want is right there, but other things hold you back. You might ask yourself what your family would want for you. The life of what you're going for, or something more meaningful. We'll see. Everything, she kind of looks at you too. There's always a choice, my friends, and you'll make yours.
Didn't you say we had 3 questions, narrator?
Yeah, she turns, she pulled up one finger. One more question. Make it
I would
count.
like I would like to know your full name.
She kind of looks at you. She goes, "Are you sure you'd like to waste your last question on me again?"
It is no waste. I do not wish to know what lies ahead for me, for that is part of the fun of life. But I promise I would visit, and I would try to do my best to make sure that this is known as hallowed sacred ground. And for that, I need to know your last name.
She kind of nods her head. My name is Agatha Maribel Reddington.
Miss Reddington?
And you guys would know, both of you would know, Reddington
Mhm.
is the house name of Redland. Like this.
Yes.
So she was apparently one of the rulers of this land at some point.
Well, Miss Reddington, if there is something that you need, the Bear Knight is always available for House Reddington.
She kind of
If there's anything that you need, I am in Tuntin. I know you will have your ways to find me.
nods her head, and she's gonna look at both of you. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you for coming into my home. It was nice to have a more normal discussion. It tends that most that come to see me want something from me. Want something about whatever quest or some piece of rare treasure that they're after. Instead, you two ask me personal questions. For once in a long time, I felt a little normal. As you kind of feel like this pained voice, as she kind of almost like loses her breath at the end.
At this, I'm assuming Vasili's kind of assuming that she wants us kind of gone. So Vasili's going to kind of stand up and give her the courtesy bow that you would give, the Reddingtons, and he says, at that, my lady, we will take our leave.
She kind of
Gappy stands up.
nods her head.
Would you allow Gappy to put things that he had stolen from her back?
Oh my god!
Yeah,
oh my
you
god.
absolutely could. You can do. There's two ways you can do it. If you want to, you could try to. You could just do it openly, or you could try to do it stealthily.
No. I go. I pull those books out of my bag. I sit them back on the shelf. And I would imagine I want kind of Vasily to be kind of walking away when this happens.
Yeah, Vasily, you start walking
like
away,
he
and
doesn't
you
notice
lose
what
sight
I'm.
of Gappy, and you kind of turn for a second.
Yeah.
You realize Gappy isn't near you at all.
And I turn after I place those books back on the shelf. I turn to her. And you kind of see this, almost this look that Gappy wants to say that he understands, but he knows that he can't understand fully what she. He knows kind of a little bit of where her pain's coming from, and he says,
I'm. I.
She's gonna pause and kind of step close to you and go, "You can't see it, I'm sure, but they're all around you right now."
Gappy.
And at that, she's gonna kind of just pat you on the head, and she's gonna slowly start to disappear.
Gippy,
And
hurry up.
the kind of cold kind of leaves, and the fire at the bonfire goes out.
I just kind of shuffle back to Vasily.
And for what is kind of odd between you two, there's kind of this moment as you guys kind of step out of this seemingly an innocuous little path. Back
So
onto
as
the
we're
main
stepping
road.
out, there's something I want to do.
Go ahead.
I want to raise a dirt wall to block this path.
Okay, you do so. And you take a second, you just kind of, it almost like you see as like Gap begins like, almost like making a sandcastle, but it happens quicker as he's like folding up, and he's making like this large like hump here, and he kind of makes this almost blockage between these two trees, blocking this path.
Can Vasily is there something he could do to make like the wrestling symbol? Like, could he chop some trees down to make I know for lack of better terms, for us it would be like a cross, but something to denote like a grave site.
I would say that they use
Is there, like,
crosses. They use crosses.
Okay. Could Vasily kind of take one of those down, or make a makeshift one of those somehow?
Sure. Make me a survival check. It'll be common.
Okay. And then if you could find like a big piece of bark to put as well, I think I have something that would be cool.
You are able to make a little. You kind of whip out maybe your sword, cut down some branches,
Yeah.
make a little stake, and tie a little cross. In the
And then
middle of the road.
and then as far as the bark, he wants to Gappy will see as he puts his sword up, as he's got this he's just got his hands. He goes, "There's one more thing, Gappy." He's gonna tear his hands are gonna turn into like claw form. This is like a cantrip, but he's gonna turn into you're gonna see claws extend from his hands, and he's gonna rip some bark off and scratch in her full name, and then some poem that say his family had, something like "Till we meet again" underneath it.
Okay.
But it's kind of written in this almost like written dialect, Gappy, that you wouldn't necessarily like. It looks familiar to the written language, but it's like a dialect off, if that makes sense.
And with that,
Um,
go ahead.
I am going to form a little bit of rock at the base of the cross to make sure that it's solid into the ground.
You do so. And with that, you two begin walking down the path. Quiet, which is odd for you two, as you guys have been kind of jabbering this entire time.
Vasily's also walking at a slow pace. Gabby can kind of see that Gabby's easily able to keep up. Like Vasily's kind of just taking like lazy strides.
And with that, you guys head down the path. 1 second. Un momento, my gentlemen. So you guys are on the road for probably about another day. You guys get your rest in, your sleep in, and you guys are heading down the path. You guys are getting a little bit lost, and you're kind of trying to find a high place to get up in to actually see the vantage point, because you guys aren't going the normal paths, and you guys don't have a map. You guys usually know the normal path, but you have to take back roads and weird little hamlets, and you've passed by like small little like decrepit villages that have looks like nobody's lived there in like 50 years. And at a certain point, you guys are walking, and it's like probably early in the morning. You guys get up even before the sun's up, getting on the road. And off in the distance, you guys see a small campfire. Then you guys ponder that you could ask for directions, and so you two begin to head that way, looking for somebody to talk to. So give me 1 second. Okay. Summon you guys to the board. And let me change the music real quick. Good roleplay, boys. Both gain a destiny point.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, and by the
You
way,
did not-
so you
did
should have 2 destiny points, Gappy, because you should
Yeah.
I should have given you one when you first joined.
Okay. Can I change stuff on this, or do you change it
You
for me?
can't right now. I will write it down on your sheet. We're gonna get you set up for next time so that you can do everything and edit
Okay.
your sheet. But I will write that down
Oh.
for you right now.
I recognize this place.
So,
We've used it before.
so you guys get to here, and you guys kind of approach this campfire. Actually, I'm gonna put you guys back here, so I'll let you guys decide how to approach this. Let me just change the music.
I think we would just approach it personally. I think Gappy's too stupid to understand that it might be a threat, and I think Vasily would be too not worried that if it was a threat.
Yeah, no. Vasily's gonna turn to Gabby. He goes, "Little one, let Vasily do talking, okay? Just follow Vasily's lead."
Personally, I think I'm very persuasive, but okay.
So you guys are just making your way, and you guys approach, and you see what looks to be a small tent. There's a man sitting there, kind of leaning on his little desk, or on his little like bench, and he's writing in some books, and he's kind of furiously scribbling. He's like, yes, 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 and he appears to be what appears to be a vampire, and he's kind of got this like golden hair and this like nice bronze skin, these kind of pointy eyes, and these deep, really intense gray eyes. He wears kind of this blue robe, and he looks very put together and spick and span. And you guys just get the way by he moves, and he writes that he's some kind of scholar. And he looks up to each of you and goes, "Ah, my good men, are you here for the research?"
No, sir.
Well, then how can I help
My name
you?
is. We are trying to get back to Tuntin, and due to the storm, the normal paths have become impassable.
Yes, yes.
We seem to be a little lost.
He kind of nods. Well, welcome to Old Mole Well. It's good. Thanks for showing up. He kind of looks around. Yeah, and you kind of look and you
Can
see
can I do a Mulkin check to see if I know what Molewell is?
so make me just a general knowledge check.
Okay. My general knowledge is 3d6. I didn't pass any of them.
Okay, so nothing really
Actually,
comes to mind.
I do want to use a destiny point. I want to use a destiny
You can
point.
burn one to get a common. You think it has something to do with maybe the molekin that used to live in this area. If you don't, just like out of recollection, you would know that a long time ago, a couple hundred years ago, this place used to be a bit more prosperous, and there was a kind of a mining pact between molekin, mousekin, and some mudbloods. And there was like this kind of mining trade that used to be kind of in this area, and you kind of think that Old Mole Well might have been one of like the old like, you know, resting spots, maybe like a tower, like a watchtower where a little town might have grown around it, but that was a long time ago, and all that stands is the decrepit ruins of this watchtower.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
he kind of turns to you guys and goes, "Well, if you need any advice about how to get back," he kind of points. You can head there beyond the.
While
the,
he's talking, I want to look and see if he has anything of value.
Sure, you do
Like,
see a
just sitting in
big
the open.
stack. So he's gonna like step forward and like point towards Vasily towards past the watchtower, kind of off into the distance. And so you kind of peer at these books. There's just a big pile of books sitting here, and there also is a tent where you can see maybe a backpack inside there. Also
I don't think
on
I can reach the
him,
backpack.
on him there are, well, you can make a stealth check and stuff to see if you can sneak when he's not noticing you. But also on this guy's hip, you do see what appears to be maybe a couple like a pocket watch. You do see a little like spell tome on his right hip.
I want to go for that pocket watch.
Okay, so make me a sleight of hand check.
Let me go.
And here,
Sorry,
let me
I'm
look
still
at
learning
his.
how many.
You're good. See, I think yours will be
Sorry,
5.
can you hear me? My headset was bugging.
You're good.
Sorry.
I'm gonna-
I passed 4 of the 5.
Perfect. 1 second, let me roll his thing because this is a contested check. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, so. So he's gonna roll. So he can contest you on this, but he probably won't win. Wow. Okay, we gotta roll off again. Roll your dice again. He got 4.
Dang.
He got all zeros next one. So if you get at least 1 win, then you're good.
Yeah, I got 1 win.
Yep. So
I got 2 wins.
So you're able to snatch this pocket watch. You kind of grab it. It's a bronzed pocket watch, but it seems to have a small gem kind of labeling around the outside of it. I will add that to
I'll just
your
throw it in my bag.
inventory. Yeah, I'll throw it on your inventory here.
And I walk up in between. I walk up next to Facility and I'm like,
Interesting.
So you say we just need to go beyond the watchtower?
Yes. But if you'd like, while you're here, I can show you the research we've been conducting here at Old Mole Well.
What kind of research
follow
are you
me.
doing?
He kind of gestures to you guys over towards this kind of graveyard that's over here, and he goes, "We've been looking into researching the spore, you see."
Oh,
he's gonna point over to this fucking like graveyard, and he's gonna kind of like gesture, and you can see from this distance that they're all like open graves. We've been examining the tissue of the bodies to see how the reanimation occurs. It's been long speculated that the spore
you
epidemic
did this on purpose.
It's long speculated that the spore epidemic can only affect those that are alive once infected, but as you can see, and he's going to clap his hands, and as he does, you're going to start to see something shift up in the watchtower. And as you do, you see these forms kind of creep out of the watchtower. These kind of like fungal like tendrils growing up out through their eye sockets, up around their heads. And he's gonna kind of clap his hands, and they're gonna step out, a couple of them, and begin wobbling down. As you can see, it appears that infection can occur quite well after they've been dead.
Is hey Jake,
my
are you
good
sharing your
sir.
screen?
Yeah, I thought I was. Hold on. Sorry.
I think it stopped sharing.
Yeah, share your screen.
Oh, my bad.
No, it was working just a second ago. I think it just stopped.
Oh, hold on. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, I know what's going on.
Jake's looking at porn. All right. Perfect.
He's gonna turn to you guys and go, it's quite a fascinating subject, as you can see. We can quite use this quite well. And Vasily, would you go ahead? You look, he
Yeah.
kind of has his sleeves rolled up.
Yeah.
I need you to make me a general knowledge check as you see this elaborate black tattoo on his arm.
I will use a destiny point.
I don't think you have any.
You gave
You
us
have
all
one,
one for RP.
so one won't get you. It is a seal 2. Do you still want to use
then
it?
never. No, because then it doesn't matter.
You look at it and you see this black tattoo, and he's gonna kind of look at you. It's too bad you all stumbled on here. I wish you could have made it to Tuntin, and you all seem like good old folk. And he's gonna step forward and begin walking up to the tower.
I'm going to walk back to Gappy. Go. We need to prepare.
And he's gonna
As
clap
soon as-
his hands, and as he does, you hear this horrifying shriek. And he's gonna kind of hold up his hand and go, "Kill them!" And you see as all like it's almost like a scene out of like fucking
no.
40 Days Later or whatever, as these zombies begin sprinting out. I'm gonna change this real
Before
quick.
combat starts, Vasily's going to bear mode out.
Okay.
Before combat starts, as soon as I heard that shriek, I'm gonna start digging a hole.
Okay.
Oh my god, I'm going to have to fight these motherfuckers by myself.
Let's see. Let's see. /play.
Alright, let's see. Let me remind myself the rules for
And so
How
you see they
to-
begin sprinting down towards you guys. So let me move up a couple zombies and then we're gonna get going here.
So have I made it underground yet?
We're gonna deal with that as part of your turn. Because
Okay.
then moving forward is like when combat is starting. Okay, so he's right here, and so I'm gonna turn this to battle mode. Do you guys like your positions right here?
Yeah, I'm fine with
Yeah,
mine.
I'm fine with that.
Okay. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is first the person with the quickest initiative. So Jake, go ahead. You said that you were actually we'll deal with that first. So I
Yeah.
want Gappy in order to dig yourself underground very quickly. That is gonna need a check. That's gonna be a common task for you. Okay, so I need you to make a Terracraft check for me. So you need to get at least a 1. And then Jake, I'd like you to go ahead and make me your Polycraft check. If you're
Yes.
doing your bestial transformation, you need at least a 3 to do that. That is a specialized Polycraft.
Okay.
I got 2 out of 5.
Perfect. So you are able to dive underground.
I fixed the headset stuff. Can you hear me?
We can. I think it might be coming through your normal
I'm-
computer again.
I got it. Give me 1 second.
You're
I'm
good.
fixing that. Sorry.
So Gappy, I'm gonna hover you up in the air to remind myself that you're underground. Okay?
Okay.
Because I can't put you under the ground, but I can kind of show the elevation difference. Okay,
Is there like a dirt mound model? That would be awesome.
that's a good
Is that
question.
is that better? Is that better for you guys?
No, here, Jake, go to your settings in Discord. Go to audio and make sure it's
yeah,
coming
yeah,
through your
yeah, yeah.
Logitech headset.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. My bad. Hold on. Give me 1 sec. I'm sorry, guys.
No, you're fine. We're just setting up combat. So I'm just gonna put this little thing right now. I'll lower this down into here. So that's like your little. That's where you entered right now. So you're underground.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, once Jake makes his roll, we'll see if he gets his bear mode. Because that'll
Okay.
determine.
Is that better?
No, it still sounds like you're coming out of your.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Hold on.
And if you go to Discord, you go to the little user settings
Yeah, no,
things.
that's what I'm doing. It's coming out of my. I'm having to use my earbuds, but I can't connect to my phone because then it stops the stream for David.
So
So
honestly, it was better before. So if you wanted to just keep talking through your laptop like you were, I don't know what you were doing before, but it was better before.
alright, hold on. Let me do this.
Do you want me to make your roll for you, Jake?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
No problem. So 3d6.
Okay.
You have to get a list of 3 here in order to bear out. You do not get it. So you are not able to, you only get a 1. So you are going to burn, so you attempt to do your bestial transformation. In the heat of the moment, you are not able to get it off. So you burn 3, so you burned 3 magic resource attempting it. David, you burned 1 magic resource digging underground.
How many magic resources do you get?
You have 5 in total, you now have 4. But
Okay.
you can attack in a limited amount of time with cantrips as well. Okay.
I didn't get it.
You did not get it. So
could you just stream for David a little
Sure.
bit? Because I have to charge. this
No, it's fine.
setup, so I'm connected on my phone.
that is fine. Here, let me just.
That's crazy. How much did I miss it by?
You missed it by 2.
Ah, damn.
Okay, I'm streaming for you, David.
Okay.
Awesome. So first to go in, so the quickest is going to be the evil runesmith dude up here. Next, these zombies are all going to be slower than you two. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Would you mind, Gappy, would you roll off with the wizard because he also has 1 reflex?
Yeah. What am I rolling here?
Just roll for me a d20.
D20.
He got a 15. You have to beat a 15.
Okay. I got a 16.
Oh, hey, whoa, there you go. So you go ahead of him. Vasily, you're middle and turn order, and then the zombies are
Yeah.
going to all be behind here. Okay, so first to declare is the slowest of these zombies. So all the zombies, let me just pull up in their stat block here. They're not zombies. So these are spore infected. They are going to spend, they have 30 feet of movement. They're going to spend their entire movement just lurching forward, just kind of like shrieking. Actually, I'm sorry, hold on. Oh, no, that's right. So they're going to spend their entire movement just shrieking forward, their legs propelling them forward. They're going to move forward. So this one here, he's going to move forward 30 feet. Now, he cannot attack anything this round, so he's going to dash towards you. So he's going to get to here. This one, and so all of these guys, I'm just gonna make them dash all forward. I'll mark where they go, but they are just going to dash forward towards you guys and just try to close the distance. Okay. Next to declare would be you, Vasily.
Oh.
Actually, no, they're not gonna dash towards you. One better. I'll do this. So they're gonna run up to here. And they're going to make a barrier here on the steps here, almost like they're being controlled by something. So they're going to kind of make this almost like a line here. Let me do the rest of these. Okay.
Would they go closer to the bottom though to protect the mage?
You do. You'll see because you're going to be able to hear what the mage does before he does. But right now, all you know is that the zombies are going to be moving forward and making this like almost like this like barrier here on the stone kind of staircase here. And then this guy's going to go to here. Alrighty. So next to declare would be you, Vasily. Now I remind you, you do have ranged options with Polycraft. So if you want to shoot with Bone Blast, like you could do that. You could try to advance a bit. You guys could try to get into cover somewhere.
I think what I'm gonna do. Let's see. My ranged options here. Trying to find my polygraphs. Hold on.
So it's actually that magic section on your sheet. So if you look down on that, if you want, probably the best thing for you to go for attacking. Are you trying to attack multiple targets or trying to do attack one target really well?
I think I'm gonna try to attack one target really well.
So that'll be the light crossbow, and that'll require you on your turn when you make your attack. You'll just have to make sure you at least get a CL1, and then your attack goes off. Which is it's very easy, Jake, because you're rolling 5d6. You'll get 1.
Yeah. Magic. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, because it looks like they're being controlled, if I have a somewhat of a clear line of sight on our mage boy here, I'm going to try to I'm going to basically shoot him with a spell. And I know I'll flavor it whenever we get to my turn. But if not, I'm going to slowly start trying to advance advance up to the stairs.
Okay.
Just to have a little more advantageous point of
So the
view,
one thing I will
attack.
say is if you're using the light cross. Okay, so yeah, you can absolutely do that. You have plenty of range to hit him from there. So you're gonna shoot across over here at him. Are you gonna move at all?
No, I'm gonna do a focus shot.
Okay.
What I said was if I have a clear line of sight of him still, I'm gonna shoot him with the crossbow. If I don't, I'm gonna move up to the staircase and slash anything that comes down.
So, so you're gonna shoot, and if nothing does come down, so if something does come down, you'd like to prioritize moving forward and attacking them with your sword.
Yeah. So what I said was if I don't have a line of sight of the mage, of the spellcaster, then I'm not going to use my light crossbow. I'm just going to move forward and slash anything that comes down the stairs.
Gotcha. Sounds good. Okay. So then next to declare would be the evil runesmith dude here. So he already has high ground. So he's going to use his reflex speed. He's going to go up 10 feet up here before you shoot him to get behind the zombies. And he's going to use... hold on. I'm gonna just use... I will also do a light crossbow at you because I can actually, let's see if he can do something. Do I want reliability or do I want to try to do damage? I think reliability is more important right now because I don't want to trade with you. But then I could build distance. Yeah, I'll do a magic heavy crossbow. So that's gonna mean he can't shoot the turn afterwards. So he's gonna do that with fire magic. So he's gonna do a fire bolt at you. So he's gonna spend his entire movement. He's gonna be moving up here, and he's gonna be shooting back at you. He is shooting from height advantage, so he will have high ground over you.
Yeah.
But you have focus versus him, so it should be an even shot. Okay. Gappy, would you like to declare? You are in the ground right now.
I'm in the ground. Can I dig underground and can move underground really slowly?
And I'll say it'll be whatever your swim speed is. We'll count that as what, because you're swimming through the dirt.
Yeah. So my
actually
swim
it'll be your climb. It'll be your climb because you're literally crawling through the dirt.
Okay. So that's 3d6.
Yeah. So I think for you, you have 15 feet of movement while you're underground.
Do I need to roll off for that though?
Nope. You don't have to roll at all.
Okay, so
because you're already factoring that you've already gone underground and you already made the level.
So I'm not crawling towards them.
Where do you want to go?
Can you zoom out just a little bit? I want to move out, kind of over towards the rocks on the side of that staircase.
Okay, so you can get to about here if you want to dash.
A little more diagonal, not quite towards them, but closer to the staircase. Yeah, that direction. Yeah,
okay.
that direction.
So you can get to there if you want. You could also spend that's your movement. You can spend your action dashing to do some more movement.
That, yes.
So you just want to get to these rocks here?
No, I want to go stay straight on that angle. Okay. I want to run along, and I want to be eventually over to about right next to that staircase.
Okay.
I want to be, over there somewhere.
Okay, so does this line look good to you?
Yes.
Okay, I will convert that. Good to go. Alrighty, so turn roll goes off. So Gappy, you begin burrowing. So you're probably 5 feet underground right now, and you begin burrowing over to here. At the same time, this guy's gonna turn around and go, Kadabra, and shoot at you, Vasily. As you go ahead and Vasily, you extend your hand forward, and you can flavor this however you want, but you see as part of your hand breaks apart, and this giant shard of bone shoots out of your flesh.
Yes.
And it's gonna launch towards him. So I'm gonna need you roll me 5d6.
All right.
Actually, just go ahead and do this, Jake. It'll just be make your combat roll. So it's just 7d6, and then we just gotta check the first 5 dice that you get at least 1. He will do the same towards you. Yep. So your attack goes off. So he's gonna roll his dice now. So you get a 1, 2, 3. He gets a 1, 2, 3. So you two clash, which is actually bad for him because he can't. He burned more magic resource than you.
I burned 1, right?
You only burned 1. He burned a bit more, which was not good actually. Okay, that's fine. So that kind of sucks. Okay, so he goes ahead. He shoots his fireball. You shoot your bone dart, and they clash in midair, and they explodes the bone dart, but it incinerates. Like they clash and they hit each other, and nothing kind of happens. And he goes, oh, and he's gonna keep running up these steps as he does. These zombies are gonna begin filing down, so they're gonna all take their positions down here. Let me just move all of them. Okay, and they just kind of begin lumbering down. Some of them are tripping down the stone. Some of them are kind of like bumping into each other. It's kind of a clusterfuck, and the wizard is only just, they kind of weirdly go around the wizard as when they kind of get near to him, you see as he kind of like covers his face and his head almost like he's afraid of them, but they do go right around him. Okay, turn order resets. So, Gappy, you were first to declare. You are underground over here. What would you like to do?
So I'm going to keep crawling towards the side rock face.
Okay.
Can I try to do that stealthily?
You're underground at this point. Nobody can see you at all. So at this point,
Okay.
you can consider yourself you are stealth.
You can hear Vasily go, "Where's Gappy? He's leaving me to fucking deal with this all by myself."
I'm going to continue to crawl underground. If I need to advance, I'm going to try to get as close to behind where the mage is on the rock wall.
Okay. Well, you can get to there for right now, and the next turn you might be able to crawl up through it deeper. Yeah. This elf spellcaster, or the runesmith dude, he is going to go ahead and he's going to stack up with his zombies. He is going to follow them into battle, and he is going to kind of stay behind them. He is going to let them kind of lead the charge, and he's going to shoot you once. If you try to shoot at him, he'll shoot at you. If you engage with the zombies in melee, he's going to shoot at you. So he's going to shoot at you no matter what. But he's going to be moving behind with the zombies however far that they can move. So he can get to there once the zombies move, and he is shooting you. And he won't be using any good magic anymore. He's going to just be using cantrips. So he's going to be using a fire sling spell at you. Then what would you like to declare? No, I'm sorry. I'm going the wrong order. I should have the slowest guys declare first. Hold on. So technically the zombies should have declared. So the zombies, they're just doing their zombie thing. They're just lumbering forward right now. They can get to here. Gonna get to here. That one's there. That one's here. So they're not sprinting yet. They are just slowly moving forward, almost as like a unit.
Okay.
And they are going to take the defensive modifier of this turn. So they are going. If you try to hit them or anything, they're gonna try to like protect their like vitals and stuff. Which is really weird because generally the zombies do not think about their self-interests.
I'm assuming Vasily's fought Spore before.
Yeah, the fact that they didn't just maul that dude when he passed right by them is crazy. It makes it like literally you've had probably friends die and stuff to the Spore epidemic. You know that like they're mindless monsters. So what would you like to do?
What Vasily's going to try to do is he is going to he's going to reposition. He is going to go somewhat over here. One
thing I will say, you do know that they are afraid of fire. Or like they're vulnerable to fire. You do know that. But whether you can leverage it here or not, you don't know.
I don't know if I can leverage it.
You could get behind that fire.
Nah, what Vasily's going to do, because we're in trouble if these zombies start acting on their own. What Vasily's going to do is he's going to reposition to kind of an angle this way.
Okay.
And what he's going to do is try to slowly start picking off the zombies as they come down the stairs.
Okay, are you going to be doing it with melee or with ranged?
With the range, I'm gonna do.
So if you want to do multiple targets, I'd advise you use the magic version of the light bow. That'll let you attack 2 targets.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to pick off 2 targets. I'm not shooting at the mage.
You could also make an AoE attack if you wanted to try, though. If you because right now you've burnt 3 by attempting your failed first roll.
True.
You've burnt 1 using your light crossbow. Let me check how much you have in total. I think you still have 3 left.
I have 3 left, yeah.
And so an AoE costs 3, so it'd use up all of your remaining.
Yeah, I'm gonna try an AoE.
You're gonna try an AoE? Okay.
Yeah,
so,
I've never done one before, so I'm gonna stay here. Then I'm gonna hold my ground, and Vasili's gonna do an AoE, centering it. Let's see. I've never done one before. So
your AoE, so you will. It'll be a 15-foot. Oh, actually, Jake, that's a better idea. Do a cone. Don't do a.
Yeah.
That's even a better. You could do. I was thinking about doing a sphere, but do a cone. That only burns
What's
2
the
of.
angle?
So 53 degrees, and it's only a CL1. Actually, that's really good. So 53, and your range on that is going to be. Hold on, I gotta go look this up.
Interesting.
So your range, as you're rolling 5d6, your range is going to be close. Is a 15-foot range.
Okay, how many tiles is that?
So that's 3 tiles. So essentially,
I gotta move forward then.
Yeah, you'd have to. So it's gonna be like a bone shotgun blast, but you could do that.
Okay, I'm gonna move forward then, up onto the stairs, or right here. I'm gonna move forward right here.
Well, here, actually, I'd advise you, Jake, don't move there, because then that first one can hit you. Be a little bit back, like if you move to like here, there's 5 feet between you and them. Yeah, and then you can shoot a bunch of. So like,
I'm gonna hold my action and then do that. Yeah.
Perfect. So then what you can do here. Now they are defending, but they don't have great. So you'll be able to hit like all of them. Oh, if I can lock it in there. I'm sorry. That's actually a pretty good play right there. Okay. Perfect, that's set. Okay. And then the spellcaster here, he's gonna do what he said. He's gonna move forward, and he's gonna stay out of the range of your AoE, but he is gonna shoot you with a fire sling. And then Gappy, you are moving there. Okay, so Gappy goes first. So Gappy's turn goes off. He gets over into this crevice here. The spellcaster here, Boyo, he is going to move forward with his guys. All the zombies going to pile down towards you, Vasily. Let me just move them real quick. So this guy would end up here. This guy ends 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 up right here. This guy ends up right here. So you're going to get all of them but one. The spellcaster is going to move to here. He's going to shoot you with a fire sling, but as these zombies come down, because I said once he moved up with them, so first your attack will go off. So go ahead. First, so roll me. It'll be your polycraft, which is 5d6, your skill, plus the cone, and the cone was 2d6. So roll me 7d6.
1.
That's
in the
really
first
good.
One,
you got 4.
2,
wow.
3, 4. Yeah, 4.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this. So for the zombies here. So they have to make it. Oh man, this is bad.
I'll flavor this attack.
So look here. So we'll do it one by one. So this first one here. So we're gonna get the overall damage that it does, and then we'll role play it. So this one, they're only rolling 1 dice from their acrobatics because they're zombies, but they're at advantage. So this one fails. So this first one, he's gonna take a level 4. He's gonna reduce it down to a level 2 because he has 2 strength. So he's gonna take. So this guy's gonna take a medium injury. So hold on. So this guy takes a medium. This guy behind him. Actually, here I'll roll for each of them. That's funny. Actually, no. I'm gonna use that 1 dice for everybody because I don't want to have to roll for every single one. So all of them are gonna take a medium injury, Jake. So you're gonna burn all of their strength buffer, and you're gonna deal a level 2 injury to each one. So how do you want to do it?
So how this is gonna happen? Vasily's standing there. He's kind of just like bracing. He's not really used to using his range. He's much more of a melee guy, so he's kind of freaking out a little bit. He doesn't like the spore getting this close. he's gonna just like kind of put his hands forward, and like as you see like claws come out slowly at first, as if it's like you're not sure what's going on, but once they all reach on target, you're just gonna see like a volley, like maybe like 10 like freaking claws shoot out of his hands, and they're just gonna go like the fucking bone darts, bro. Fucking through, they're gonna hit the fucking bodies of the fucking zombies, blood and spores everywhere. And they're
Probably
gonna
not
land
not dismembering, right? But probably taking
No.
out like huge
It's just
chunks.
going-
Yeah,
it's
like
just-
you see
it's-
parts
yeah,
of
or
their bodies
going
coming
through, yeah.
off.
Yeah,
But like
and then,
nothing like
uh,
structural, but like you see like their sides of their chest and like parts of their
Yeah.
head. Like it's brutal. It's like a shotgun. It's
And then
almost like a claymore going off.
And then the shards like land on the stairs right below the professor.
Awesome. He is going to kind of look just like he goes, "Stop attacking my research students!" And he's gonna go ahead and extend his hand. He's gonna fire sling at you. So 1 second, let me make his
Oh.
attack. 1 second. So he's going to make his. He doesn't have any. Actually, I won't say that. I'll keep that to myself.
Oh no, say it. Say
No,
it.
Jake, I won't. He's gonna roll.
Vasily's gonna yell at, "Tell your students to stop attacking us!"
So he does. He goes. So he gets a 2. So Jake, I need you to make an acrobatics check. This is versus a 2.
Acrobatics. Good thing I actually put 1 into acrobatics.
Yes. You dodge it. So
3.
Yes. You see as he like kind of makes like he kind of like holds up his hand. You see like this almost like small little flaming ball. He's like a baseball pitching, and he just yeets it at you. And you just how do you dodge it?
I'm gonna freaking see it go, "Oh, suka!" And he's just gonna. I'm gonna slide out of the way, and I'm gonna yell back at him and go, "Tell your students to stop attacking us!"
All right. So, Gappy, turn it to reset. So slowest. So the zombies, now that they're up to you, they are just going to pile into you, and they are going to just start walking up and hitting you. So let me clear all this real quick. But they're just gonna basically pile into your ass and just try to rip you apart. And all of them are gonna swarm you if you allow it. If you don't move, they are just going to pile in around you and just completely overwhelm you. So I'm not even gonna draw their lines. All of the zombies are trying to do that. Next to the clear would be you, Vasily.
What Vasily's gonna do is he's gonna try to OG COD zombies kite them. He's gonna like let one come.
I
up
will
to
say
him.
this: since you injured them, you would know they can't. Like their legs are taking significant damage. They're only moving right now at, I believe, let me double check here, but I'm pretty sure their movement of 30 now is 20. So they're gonna have 20 feet of movement on you.
So I'm gonna like strike this first one, and then keep retreating back over towards the fire, like this way, and then attack as they keep coming up behind me.
Okay.
Like,
They
I wanna
actually
go
only have
slow
10
enough.
feet of movement. I'm sorry. So they will
Okay.
only be moving
Yeah.
10 feet.
I'm gonna go slow enough to where like I can still attack them while they're moving, if that makes sense.
Okay.
If they're only going 10 feet, hold on. Then I'm gonna.
They're going to like here. Oh, man, it keeps doing it wrong. I
Can
want
you
this.
just draw one like
Yeah,
general line
absolutely.
for me?
Yeah, absolutely. So this guy would be. He can move 2 squares. So if you're going back that way, that's
Okay.
kind of the distance he'd be moving.
So I'm gonna go back this way. I'm gonna attack those two, and once those two are attacked, because those are going to be behind, I'm gonna kind of retreat a little farther back to like right here, just out of their hitbox, and then I'm gonna like dodge if this dude attacks me.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, and then the spellcaster bro here, he is going to raise his hand and kind of scream, and he's going to give an order this round. And he's going to go, Brugor, come out! Or not Brugor, I'm sorry, Gugor!
No.
Gugor, come out! And
Oh,
you're going to hear
no.
something start moving inside the castle.
Oh no.
Okay, and then Gappy. He's gonna say that, but he can still attack. He is going to. He's gonna move forward with these guys. He's gonna get to here, and he is going to, like, both of his hands. He's gonna throw fire bolts at you, which is just he's doing
Okay.
basically throwing knives but with fire.
Yeah. Well, I don't like throwing axes, so.
Yes. And then Gappy, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna move up behind him.
Okay.
How can I get to him?
So you can definitely, I'm gonna say you can burrow through. I'm gonna say moving through. I'm gonna say you can. How about this? Because like, so this isn't earth. This is like stone that's been refined and stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this. What you can do. There's two options you have here. Because you can move through. I'm gonna say you could pop out of your hole right here, and just kind of appear on the surface. That'll take 5 feet of your movement of your underground. So when you pop up on the surface, you would have, I believe, 30 feet of movement left. And then if you want,
Can he, where I'm right there, if I was on that ledge, can he see me?
so you're not on this ledge right now. You're down here.
No. So if I climbed up on that ledge, right?
No, you would. Actually, it depends. I mean, from where you are right now, if he stays where he is, then yes. But as he moves forward,
That's why I was asking. So I wanna.
but you will be able to make a stealth check. You'll be able to make, because he might not
Yeah.
see you at first.
So what I was gonna do
And he's
is I
turned
was
around.
gonna come out of my hole, climb up on that ledge, and then I was gonna make a rock wall so he's trapped on that staircase.
Okay, cool. Yeah, here we can try to do that. Now the only thing is, no, we'll do it. We'll see, because you're gonna have to get out, climb, hop up, then make the rock wall. And by that I did say he was gonna stand for a second, turn back, call the order. So I will allow you to do that, because if he was just moving, then he might move before you're able to seal him in. But I did say that he is standing there and calling to his guy. So we'll deal with that. So you go ahead, you pop out of your little hole here. That takes that's 5 feet of your climbing speed. So then you have 33% of your movement left. So you would have what's 66% of so you have only 30 feet left. So from here you can climb. Oh, but you're using climbing. That's even better. So you climb up onto here. That uses an additional. So now you have 5 feet of climb left. So you can get to here.
Yeah.
This guy's gonna turn around. He's gonna go, "Come out, Scudgore!" And as you guys do, you see this giant hulking ogre come out of the castle, kind of like leaning down, and its head is one gigantic mushroom, and it's just gonna lumber out, and like a part of the tower breaks as it kind of pulls itself out of the building. Okay, but it's not moving this turn. So go ahead, Gappy. Go ahead, make me. This is gonna be a common task. So make me a CL1 check
Terracraft.
with your Terracraft.
Oh shoot. I only passed one of those. Could I use a destiny point to?
No, if you only pass one, that's all you needed.
Oh, I thought it was a 2.
No, it was a common. Common is 1. So you go
Okay.
ahead and you do indeed. Actually, I won't. Let me fix that. Hold on. So you are able to, as this guy's turn around and summoning his dude, you kind of reach into the earth and you make it pile up around on top of these staircases and almost push the staircase up, almost like an earthbending technique where like they're like this like square pillars.
Yeah.
And
Is that one zombie inside of it a little bit?
I will say he's just gonna get boosted up on top of it, so he might have to make a falling check as he kind of comes down.
I was gonna say it'd be kind of cool if it like formed up around him a little bit and he got caught in it.
We can totally roll. Here, I'll do this. We'll count that as partially entangled, so he'll go up. He's gonna have to make a lift check versus your spell. So you got a 1, you said?
Yes.
So he's gonna make his lift. Let me look at his lift. I believe these things are pretty strong. And this guy hasn't been injured. So he's gonna roll 5d6, so he's probably gonna beat you. Wow, he didn't. He got a 1. But in combat, situations favor.
One goes to the defender.
Yeah, so basically, it's not the defender actually. It's whatever means nothing changed. So because him getting entombed to something changing, here nothing changed. So unfortunately, he just gets boosted up on the rock, and he's able to rip his feet out of the entombing kind of stone here. And this wizard now, he is blocked. He'll have to climb this if he wants to. And he begins to move forward, and he goes, "Ugh!" And he's like slowly climbing here, and he has to go. So I'm gonna see how much of your movement you just wasted of his. So he loses a bunch here. and then he has to climb down. Oh man, you just fucked up. And ooh, that's not good. Okay.
Thank
So
God.
he can get down, but he can only get to here this turn. And also, Jake, once you move back, so
Yeah.
that's happening as he's climbing. So Jake, you begin moving back, and all these zombies begin swarming you. Okay, so you're gonna attack 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and it's slashing. So go ahead and make me your slashing roll. I calculated for you on your sheet, and I added in Long Claw's dice. So you're gonna add in some d8s.
Perfect. 3d6 plus 2
Am
2d8.
I,
66.
am I still hidden
two
where I am?
We're gonna figure that out in a second here.
2d8. 1, 2.
Actually, if
One,
you
two,
if you
three,
cast
four, five, six.
magic and stuff, then technically you've broken your stealth.
All right, ready?
You can hide next round though.
Okay.
So you got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Okay, so this first time he's gonna move forward here. He's gonna swing on you. This one is already injured. Oh, actually,
Yeah.
fuck.
This whole
They're
pack
all
is-
injured. So, oh man,
Yeah.
okay, this guy's only rolling a 1d6. He gets a 0. So this first zombie has a 0 versus your 5. How do you want to do it?
I freaking as he comes in, I slash his arm off and just fucking clean through
Oh, actually,
his head.
1 second. I get one more dice. I'm sorry. He gets a 1. It's still
Okay.
level 4. You can dismember. You can
I'm just
fatally
gonna-
injure. How do you want to do it?
I'm gonna freaking chop his legs. I'm gonna chop his legs off.
You
As he's coming forward, I freaking kind of push him back as he swings, duck, and slash both of his legs below the knee.
You do so. So this one goes down. Let me roll for the next one here. So this one tries to come forward and slam you with both of its arm. It gets a 2.
Oh, you got 2.
You get a level 3 on this guy. You're going to deal level 3. You're still going to incapacitate him.
I'm just going to.
So it's a serious injury.
It'd be
I'm
cool
going
if
to
it,
just
like you
stab-
slid through his legs and then came back up into that one's shoulder on your second stroke, and it was enough to like, kind of like separate his spine.
Yep, that'll do it.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we'll do
So you
that.
can like chop. You can like you chop this guy on the side here, and you bring it up into
Yeah.
like the side, like kind of right below his shoulder, and into his
Yeah.
body, and you feel his spine snap, his entire body loses stability, and he's gonna go incapacitated on the ground. And then you're hitting one more. I think I forgot this guy's moving
Yeah.
up to here, and this is your last
Yeah.
one. So you were moving to here. You swing on this guy now. Let me roll his dice. Okay, level 4. You can dismember this guy.
This guy, what I'm gonna do for him is as I'm fucking recoiling my sword back out of the shoulder, kind of back area of this other one, I'm gonna see this one approach, go, oh fuck, and I'm just gonna 2 hands clean through his fucking torso and chop his torso in half.
Okay, cool. And you do so, and this guy goes down. Okay, and then where did you end your movement? You said. I think you might have
Right
removed
there, right there.
right here. Okay, so now.
Yeah, I wanted to be on. You see where you have your arrow drawn to where he was gonna go?
Yep.
That's where I was ending. That's
Okay,
where I was ending.
Now let me see if my wizard is still in range after he climbed over Gappy's wall. Let's see. 25. Ooh, he might be out of range. Uh-oh. Let me see
Thank you.
here. Novice. Runesmith. So his weapons here only have a range of short, which, if I'm not mistaken, at 5d6 is only 20. Yeah, he's out of range. So you're still with. I can
yeah.
still hit you, but I'm at disadvantage now. So go ahead and make your acrobatics. He's gonna roll
Okay.
his dice. So his will be 66, but 4s count
got
as
2.
failures. He gets 1, 2. Oh, he only gets a 2. So that
I
failure
got 2
costs.
as well.
So he shoots, you dodge it. How do you want to do it?
As I'm kind of cleaned this dude's sword, I see the fireball coming, and I'm just gonna like instinctively put my sword up and like just let it go to my sides. Like it's gonna split the fireball in half, and just like fire's gonna like come around the side of like on the grass on the sides.
Gotcha. Okay. This zombie here, he's gonna climb down because he does have a climb speed. He's gonna like kind of like. Actually, no. He's just gonna flop off. That's even funnier. He just kind of like tries to get climbing, but he doesn't have like motor skills, and he just flops. He's gonna take a minor injury, but he's gonna shrug it off with his strength, and he's gonna get back up. Alrighty. Turn order resets. First to clear the zombies. So zombies are gonna do what zombies do. So these two are just going to begin to move forward here. Actually, hold on. Before I have to add in the ogre into turn order. 1 second. Okay, the turn order, the ogre is negative in turn order, so I'm just gonna prioritize him in front of the zombies. He's gonna go there. Alrighty, so the zombies, they are just going to continue to move forward and try to dogpile into you. Can this guy reach you? He can. So they are just going to move. This one in the back, he's gonna charge you.
Okay.
So he's gonna charge. The ogre, which I believe, I'm told in his stat block, I think he is going to spend his entire movement. He's gonna spend his entire movement, and he's just going to be dashing essentially. So he's gonna move to here. Now he is impeded by the wall, but he can also step over this wall because he's so big. I will say, actually, I'm gonna say he can end his movement by getting up on this rock.
Okay.
So he can get to there, because that is gonna take technically some of his climb to get up there. So he's gonna get to there, and that's his turn. And he's just gonna like as this entire staircase is gonna like shatter and begin to fall apart as this giant thing just goes full speed. All right, Vasily.
Oh, I hope it breaks down that rock wall and crushes the wizard.
I know.
I'm going to brace and take all three of these on the. No. I am going to. I'm gonna move this way.
Okay.
And I'm gonna move a little farther. There's no sense.
You have like a lot of movement.
I know. I just wanted to make a stack of bodies, Jack.
Your movement, if I'm not mistaken, is what, 50? Yeah, it's 50.
What I'm gonna do is I'm going to move up, attack these two, and then move this way.
Actually, you know what you could do, Jake? You could charge into them.
I could charge into them.
You could charge into them, and you could actually, you could charge through everything. You could charge into this guy here, but you do know that ogre is coming down.
Yeah, isn't my engageable opponent's half of my dice pool?
Yeah, so for you, perfect. I think with your sword it's 8, so you can do 4.
Yeah, it's 8.
So you could charge into all of them, but then you'd end your turn order right here, and when this rock wall, when this ogre steps on it, it might knock it over. And Gappy, you could actually manipulate that to fall.
Yeah, I am going to most likely, but I have a plan as well.
I'm gonna slash these two, move over here, and take a shot at this guy with my my last magic resource.
So you can't shoot and you can't do range and melee in the same round.
Then you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to just move forward, attack all these guys, and then retreat this way.
Okay, you can absolutely do that. So you have 50, so you can move 10 tiles.
Okay, then I'm gonna retreat a little farther back. I just don't want to mess my line up.
I'll just went ahead. You can right click on it, by the way, and hit convert this ruler into AOE marker. Can you do that?
Will that ogre be there by the time he retreats?
We'll see. Probably not. Probably not, because the ogre is moving technically like 16 tiles, and it's climbing. Jake's only moving 10. He is doing combat, but he's like, I'm assuming he's running as he's slashing.
Yeah, I am. That's the plan.
Okay. So now this evil spellcaster elf, I'm gonna make him a perception check real quick to note, like, because I know this, but I want to see if he knows this. So I'm gonna say on so if he gets a 3 or higher, then he's gonna notice that he's gonna hear the ogre stomping. You got a 3, so he hears the stomping and he thinks to himself, oh fuck, I gotta get out of the way. So he's also gonna see that you're gonna be running towards him, and he wants to create space. So he's gonna go ahead and go this. Now he knows that Gappy's over there. So yeah, he's gonna do this. He's gonna get away from you. Can I get cover though? There's that rock over. No, but that's just the little dirt man. That's right. Fuck it. He's just gonna run out into this. Oh, but I don't want to end up by Jake either. That's a bad idea. I'm going this way. I want to keep range. So I'm gonna move him to. Oh, but I also need to be within range to do my fucking. Not that. Okay, fuck it. We're gonna just go over here. I'm gonna go here with him, and he's going to make throwing knife attacks at you, which is. Hold on, let me check that. Oh, I can't. Fuck. I gotta be careful with my distance because I have to be within range of each of you. So here, I need to be. I can do 4 tiles from you. So I'm gonna do. He's gonna move to here. Yeah, that's good. That'll be perfect. That's what I want. And then I can attack Jake too. And then he's just gonna move this way. So he is going to preemptively move out of your way, Vasily. So you can't whack him.
Okay.
Okay, and then Gappy.
So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to attempt to ruin everything you just planned.
No.
I'm going to try to raise the stone under his feet to maybe entangle him.
Okay,
to make it
you
where
can literally.
he's stuck.
We'll make it. We'll just use the entangle spell for druids. The same for you. And
Yeah.
that's only a common task. So it's CL1. And he'll have to make a lift check, which he's not very good against.
So that would mean I get 5d6.
Actually, hold on. So
right?
for you, let me just
Yes.
change one thing. Go to spells. So the spell reads. I just want to know how the area covers. Entangle. It's a 20-foot square, so you can cover a big distance. So for you, you could actually probably. Oh, but the only thing is, so when you do that, I'll let you control how big it is. So you can do something like this. Now the problem is Vasily's in there too.
I specifically only want to get him. Maybe that zombie next to him could just get caught up into it, but I'm focusing everything on that mage.
Okay.
Because I know Vasily has these monsters.
So it depends. So there's 2 different ways we could do this for you. You could either, if you just want to focus on just him, you could make this an attack and try to use the grapple on him with your magic. So the way Entangle works is basically, so the way Entangle works within the range, you're gonna have stuff like rocks burst out and try to like pin his feet to the ground, trap his feet. He'll have to make a lift check versus however many wins you get on your spell. If he fails, he's considered restrained, and restrained has a bunch of effects I can go over. Or if you want, with your magic, you could just target him. You'll make a combat roll versus him. Now he is making a combat roll versus you with his magic here, so it'll be a combat roll versus combat roll. If you get at least a level 1 victory though, you can use grapple, and grapple is more powerful than restrained. They're 2 different options.
Would both of them keep him from moving?
I believe yes, because the way it works.
I just want to stop him. I want to get him stuck there.
Probably probably most likely is actually this restrained thing where you cover the ground. We can modify this thing here so that because it needs to cover 20 feet. But I'll let you make it a smaller area. That's fine, but it's still going to cost the same amount of magic.
Well, we could also do it the ground behind him a little bit too. That way it's.
Well, here actually we'll do it like this, so we can kind of say that like. It's kind of, I'm just gonna like, so it's like you're using the same amount of space, but you're doing like this. So everywhere he runs, you're gonna go ahead and try to ensnare his feet.
So, and then as soon as I use that spell, I'm pretty sure I have a little bit of movement, right?
You have I believe 40 feet of movement if you're running, but you might have to climb. If you're climbing, I think you only have. Let me go check.
Could I climb down on that ledge and then also try to dig back underground?
You can't do magic. Oh wait, hold on. You can do magic twice on a round, as long as the second time doesn't cost magic resource. It would cost, because remember it costs 1 magic resource to quickly dig underground.
Yeah. So basically, I'm just gonna get as far away from both of those guys. I'm probably gonna try to hide behind. I'm gonna get around my little area of entanglement.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to get behind Vasily.
So you want to go over towards? Okay, so you could do that. So I'm gonna say it would take you.
I don't want to get very close to those monsters.
Yeah.
But I do want to put Vasily in between me and those monsters.
So
Nice.
hold on, let me see here. So for you, you only have your climb speed is 25. So if we went ahead and did this, so this would take up 10 of that. You'd have 15 left of your climb, okay? Then you're on the ground at that point. You've used up half, so you still would have 25 left on the ground. So then you could do... You could get to here, or if you want, you could literally get to where Vasily is and go here. This might be more optimal.
Yeah, where Vasily is going is where I wanted to get.
Okay.
So, and I would say actually a little bit more back.
Even
like,
more, a
closer.
little bit more back. Okay.
At least even further back.
You can't go much. The 5 tiles is the maximum.
Could you change that angle though?
Yeah,
a little bit.
I think I can do that. Hold on, let me see if I can edit here, like that right there.
So the other direction. The other direction.
This here.
No, the like down towards the edge.
Oh, this way.
Yeah, but up towards him just a little bit more.
Okay.
A little bit more.
Right there.
About right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Okay. Everyone good?
Yeah, I'm good.
So shit goes off. So
Alright.
Gappy, make your Terracraft check real quick for me.
5d6, right?
5d6. I need at least 1 win for this to go off.
I have 2 wins, 3 losses.
2 wins, 3 losses. Okay, so this guy is going to make a contested check versus your
Could I
2.
spend a destiny point?
You
to
could if you
increase
want
that
to.
to 3?
You could turn it to a 3.
I do think I want to turn it to 3.
Okay. So I believe you were out of. Are you out, or is that the first one you've used?
I think I have 1 destiny point less because you
Okay.
said it started with 2,
Yeah,
correct?
or no, you started
Yeah,
with
so I have
1,
1.
and then I gave you 1. So this entire time.
Oh, this will be my last one.
You still want to use it?
Yes.
Okay. So he's gonna go ahead and make a lift check here, which for him is only a 3. So he's gonna roll 3 dice. He's gonna go ahead and fail. So as you go ahead and you how do you do it? How do you like bind his feet?
So,
And this is also
I'm
hold
going-
on 1 second. Let me do this to a zombie too. The zombie is going to make his lift check. The zombie is going to succeed. You're not gonna be able to pin the zombie. He's too strong. But the wizard is
That's
gonna be
not who I
trapped.
really wanted. So basically, I'm going to see that he's about to move towards us, and I'm gonna go ah! And I'm gonna throw my hands out and raise the ground around his feet and trap him. And I'm gonna start running, and I'm gonna go, stay away.
So he begins like kind of running this way and you see these giant like pillars of stone form around his feet, and he's pinned. He's trying to like pull his legs up, but he just can't. So he is pinned. So you've ruined his movement here. Okay. So his movement's gone. Next to happen would be he's here. He'll shoot you guys in a second. Vasily will have to deal with you. So Vasily, you're
Alright.
gonna go ahead and move forward, making your attack roll. These 2 guys are going to get 2d6.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, first guy you're going to deal level 3 to. Second guy you're going to deal a level 4 to. How do you want to do each of them? Because they also already have a minor injury each.
I'm going to just because I'm focused on trying to get like the mage. I'm just going to quickly slash both of them as I'm like one fell swoop. Both are getting slashed with the same swing
Okay.
as I kind of run forward.
Okay, so then this
Just
one
in the
goes
gut, it
down.
explodes their gut.
This
Their
one goes
guts get
down. You begin to move forward here. Let me double check. I don't think this affects you at all because I think it happens and then it's gone. Let me just double check. Actually, yeah, it doesn't happen because like it's difficult terrain.
spilled. Yeah.
But you'd still have plenty of movement to move out of it. So at this point, you've moved to
Okay.
here. This zombie gives you a resistance. Go ahead and make your roll. You deal a
Alright,
level 4 to
I'm
this
not
guy.
using- oh, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna slash him across his thighs.
Okay, you do
So
so.
it'd be cool if you like
decreases
shouldered
movement.
him into the wall too.
Oh yeah. I shoulder him in the wall and slash his thighs.
There you
Yes,
go.
sir.
And his like he just like slides down just out of it. You see just this weird white blood kind of dripping from all of their wounds. And then you're gonna move here, and this guy's pinned. He's gonna pull his leg and he goes, "Fuck!" So let me check the restraint conditions. I believe he has disadvantage on acrobatics, which is what he's gonna use to try to dodge your sword. 1 second. So if I go to conditions, so he is not grappled, he is restrained. There's a difference. So he can't move, and he has disadvantage on any checks that require coordinated movement, such as combat rolls, acrobatics, athletics, sleight of hand, etc. So, you're gonna run up on him. How many wins did you have?
I got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4.
4. Okay. Okay, so he's gonna. This is bad for him. Fuck.
Oof.
Okay, so that's level 4.
Oh.
What's the penetration on your sword? You're slashing, right?
For slashing is 2.
Okay, he has a 1, so his mage armor is gonna eat up 1 of that. You're gonna deal level 3.
Okay, that's fine.
Which
actually,
is what is that?
Well, actually, you have a level 4 victory.
Yeah.
But if you try to injure him, he's gonna reduce that down to a 3. So probably a 3.
That's fine. A 3's
That's a
fine. I'm gonna try to
serious
injure
injury.
him. Yeah, I want to try to injure him.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up, and I'm gonna try to because I see he's stuck. I'm gonna try to slash just across his chest, and as deep as I can get. But freaking Vasily kind of stumbles forward and pushes him in the wall, and the slash doesn't go as deep as he intended.
Yeah,
to.
the
actually,
terrain
guys,
maybe tripped you
Hold
up.
on. I have to fix
Yeah.
something. Let me see if this happened differently. He actually had a combat roll primed up against you and Gappy. I think it's going to happen the
Yeah.
same way. He still has disadvantage. Give me 1 second. So technically, it would be his 4. This might be a little bit different.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. So he got a 4, but he has disadvantage to that 4. He only got a 3, and you had a 4, Jake?
Okay. Yeah. So I do a level 1.
So you do a level 1.
But he
I'm sorry.
reduces
I
that
messed
down.
up.
That's okay, but he reduces that down with his armor, doesn't he?
Yeah, but you can stagger. So you have a level 1 victory.
Yeah,
on him.
I'm gonna stagger him.
And actually, you know what? If you stagger him, actually, yeah, because if you
He
stagger
falls
him,
backwards.
he can't move
falls
anyways. He's
backwards.
about to get crushed by this ogre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he falls backwards. It's
I'm just
like
gonna,
it's enough to hit, but
I'm
his
gonna-
feet are stuck, so he just basically slaps the fucking
gonna-
dirt.
I'm gonna try to slash him, but I get tripped up by the terrain, and I end up just bumping him into the wall, and then he falls forward into the dirt.
Okay, so he's still
Oh,
stuck.
would
and
that break
pinned.
his ankles? I feel like that.
So
would
he's
break
still
his
pinned and stuck. I'm gonna say no because he's about to get smushed. So he's here and he kind of is trying to wrench his legs as you hear this choo, 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 as this ogre comes just piling down this entire thing here.
Can we roleplay that Vasily didn't notice, and I go, strong sword man, Vasily man, ogre.
And Vasily's like, and
yeah.
it's like watching a train crash happen as this dude just plows into this rock here. Okay, I'm gonna make a lift check for the ogre. Hold on. Oh my gosh, this thing's so strong. It rolls 8 dice for its lift. Oh, it rolled really bad. Oh my gosh, it only got a 2. Okay. So as it comes charging forward, it's gonna go ahead and plow into this giant rock wall here. It's gonna hit it, and it's gonna kneecap it, and it's just gonna go tumbling over this rock wall, almost like somebody running at full speed, hitting like a barrier. He thought he was gonna plow through it, but he didn't, and he just trips and falls onto the ground here. He is going to go ahead and take a minor injury from that, but he's gonna reduce it by his strength, so one of his strength health pools disappears. Now let's see if he falls here. I will say that let me roll. Hold on, let's do this.
Roll
No,
Destiny
he's
point.
in the way. Yeah, we'll roll Destiny. High is good for you. Low is bad. High is good. He's gonna land on this dude.
No.
And well, I'll say that this big of a guy falling 10 feet on top of you, that to a normal person would deal a serious injury. He is going to take a serious. He cannot dodge it because he can't move, so he can't even avoid it.
No.
So he is
Did
going
it land
to.
on the zombie too?
Zombie is already basically done, but yeah.
Oh,
So he
okay.
kind of he hits. He falls over on his hip and he lands kind of sideways like this, and he's gonna slam on both of them, and just it's almost like a ketchup packet just getting squished, and it just spews all over Vasily.
Hey guys, I'll be right back.
You're
I
good.
got an important phone call.
No, you're good. Yeah. I think that's combat.
Oh no.
You guys won. And
Oh no.
he was just turned to absolute mush.
But this ogre's still alive.
Oh, the ogre is still alive. You're correct, Jake. The ogre's still up, and he's at full health.
I
Okay.
know.
So, but he is down this round. And you get advantage if you attack him while he's on the ground. You get advantage, and he has disadvantage.
I'm gonna
just like
attack him
back.
while he's on the ground.
So yeah,
I do roll ahead of him.
let's declare here. So first to declare would be the ogre. So the ogre is gonna spend his turn. Let me double check the one. So he is on the ground, isn't he? So he would have the prone condition. Only able to crawl using combat speed. Disadvantage on any checks that generally assume the character would be standing, such as combat rolls. And then melee weapons have advantage attacking him while he's on the ground. So he's going to spend his turn. He's going to be spending his turn getting up. And he will lash out at any of you that come close. So I don't think he can hit the... Oh, let me double check it. I don't think he can hit Gappy from here, because he's not within 10 feet. Actually, is he? No, he can't hit Gappy. So he can't hit Gappy, and he can't hit you unless you get close.
Yeah.
But if you get close, he's going to swing out with one of his arms.
But he has a disadvantage, so I think I'm gonna get close.
And you'll have advantage, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Do I see if he's wearing any armor?
Let me double check here. He maybe a little bit, but nothing that a good shot.
Nothing that would be like.
Yeah, like maybe some like crude like animal hide clothes. But for a big chopping sword, you think that'd go right?
Yeah. It's not like he's wearing chain or gambeson or anything with the leather. Yeah. Okay. Then I guess what I'll do is I'll run up and try to slash him with my sword.
Okay. Boom, you're going for him here.
Yeah.
And then Elf Spellcaster is dead. As for Gappy, are you back yet, David, or do you want us to wait for you? Yeah, he's not back yet. So we'll just give him a second here to get back. Damn, that was really cool.
That was really cool.
Man, that wall
also,
fucked up my ogre.
We can do a little RP. How's my sword feeling?
You haven't killed anybody that was alive, technically.
That's what I was curious.
You've been killing zombies.
I was curious.
I would say it doesn't feel. You have your normal kind of level of kind of aggression in combat.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel different.
Okay. I didn't know if deadies mattered.
Well, actually, it's your choice. Do you want it to affect, or is it only? I think it could. I can see it either way.
I think it could be either. Well, that'd be an interesting twist though, because these aren't alive spore monsters. No. Well,
no, they are technically alive, but like it's more of how your character would see it. Like, is this something? Would Vasily even think twice about killing zombies?
No, not at all.
Because if it's something that's morally questionable, like killing people, it might be a little bit different. Actually, it's up to you. Actually, let's just say for roleplay's sake, let's just say it's everything. It's whenever you're killing things in combat.
It's a curse. I like it. It's a curse.
So you, at this point right now, you are kind of your body's been transformed, but your mind is in kill mode.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So, David, you're good. We are recording, by the way.
Yeah.
But,
this is something, Gappy, you wouldn't necessarily see. You'll see this look in Vasily's eyes. Well, all of a sudden his eyes just go kind of blank.
Okay.
They like narrow in, almost look. He's not transformed, but his eyes like look like an animal staring down this ogre.
As his blade is kind of dripping with
I feel like this
blood.
is kind of like a Skyrim moment when you see what's his name turn into a werewolf for the first time.
And what's happening in Vasily's mind is he's got this the sword is screaming. It's like softly whispering. There's a soft whisper in his mind going.
Actually, no. Jake, have you seen the seventh Harry Potter with the Horcruxes?
I haven't seen any Harry Potter.
Dang it, Jake! We really should watch.
Oh my gosh!
So it kind of sounds like this, like it's this terrifying sound. You know the Horcrux sound, right? Where it's like that screeching.
Yeah.
It's almost like this, like, ee, but it's way more terrifying. I can't. Well, Jake, you describe it however you want. Then, if you don't know what it is.
No. I like that. You helped to come up with it, but this like the sword's like he's got this terrifying screech in his head. And faintly, if you make it out, it's screaming blood. And Vasili's going to go run up and attack this ogre while it's on the ground.
Wait,
Okay.
have I made a move yet?
You have not. So what's
No,
happened is
we
the
were
ogre is
waiting
on the
for you.
ground. He is technically prone, so that means that any attack, so anything that requires coordinated movement, such as attacking, dodging, any of that, while he's on the ground, he has disadvantage on. And anybody in melee range attacking him while he's grounded, they have advantage attacking him. So you wouldn't have advantage doing ranged versus this guy, Gappy, but you would have advantage if you got in melee.
He also
So,
has high,
is this guy, did he kill the mage?
Yeah, so
Yes,
when
for
he
the-
hit him, it was so much weight as he tumbled over here. Like, this guy probably weighs close to 1,500 to 2,000 pounds, and him falling, it's just like 10 feet with 1,500 pounds falling on top of you, and you're pinned and you
It's
can't
freaking-
move. You just
It's
get
a freaking car falling. It's a car falling
Yeah.
on you.
Yeah, and you got
Nice.
squished. So you can declare, you can attack him. You could try to bury his skull in earth.
So I
you could
was
also just
actually
retreat.
going to try to form like almost like arches of rocks that like reach over his arms and his legs and everything, and try to pin as many pieces down
Oh, it's cool. Yeah.
as I can.
So you can use the same thing as before.
Yeah.
It'll be versus lift, and he does have a really good lift. But he will have a disadvantage on his lift. But it's your call.
Yeah, we can try it. We
Okay.
can try it.
Cool. So then Gappy here goes first. So Gappy, go ahead and roll me 5d6. I will roll his 8d6, but he has that disadvantage.
I swear, I'm not lying. I just made 5.
Oh wow.
I'll share my screen.
No, I believe you. I
if
totally
want me
believe you.
to.
So he only got a 3, and so you are indeed able to pin him. That's insane.
That's awesome.
That's crazy. That was so. You go ahead and how do you bind him?
So you just see these like I'm like, get him, strong man, and I like raise my arms up in the sky like I'm like conjuring the earth, and you see these almost like stone pillars come. They're like stone, but they're like dirt stone, like not like forged stone, and they come out like almost like snakes, and they charge up into the air, and then they start to wrap around his limbs, and then they just come down on the other side and just like pin his legs and his arms down to the
So I'll say this: it'll
down to the
have to
dirt.
be like around his. He can. So he'll go ahead. It's around his arms and his body. He's gonna break his arms out, but you have pinned him to the ground. So this means he was spending his turn getting up to his feet to try to take away his disadvantage. You basically pinned him into disadvantage. He is stuck
Nice.
there, and he can't, even if he gets up, even like next round, if he would have survived, which he probably would have because he has so much health, he would have gotten up and be able to hit you and move and all that stuff. But now he is pinned in disadvantage on the ground until he breaks it. So now Vasily, you. So you see these like giant pillars bind him to the ground. He kind of rips his arm out. He's just like, "Argh!" And he's gonna reach behind his head. Two of his arms are gonna lunge towards you, Vasily, as you come in slashing. Make me your combat roll.
Some of them flew off the map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So he's gonna use slam. So he only gets 6 because he doesn't have his weapon. Okay. God dang it. So he gets that's disadvantage. So it's only a 1. What did you get?
I think I got 5.
You got 5. He's gonna reduce that
1,
down to a
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Okay, so he's gonna burn his last 2 strength and reduce that down to a 3. So you're gonna deal a serious injury to him.
So as his arms are kind of reaching for me, I'm slashing at his big meat hands, trying to get him to not grab me. And I just slash his hands till he finally gives up.
Yeah,
and that's kind of my medium
You just see
injury.
like fingers fall, like fingers are dangling
Yeah.
on tendons, and his hands are just been
his
obliterated.
And like his hands are above me, so Vasily's like dripped in blood right now.
Jake, I want you to
it's-
burrow into him.
Yes.
Okay, turn order resets the ogre who is desperate, and this is a mushroom zombie ogre. But his blood is still slightly.
I got advantage for that, didn't I?
Oh yeah, you did have advantage, Jake.
And so 3s are wins,
Yeah,
right?
so it would have been a level 4. You could have dismembered.
Yeah, but that's okay. I like.
No.
this better. I like another
You
round.
want to see you chop off both of his hands?
Yeah, how about that? I chopped his hands off.
Okay.
Enhanced.
So he's still alive. Okay, turnover resets. He's going to swipe at you with the stumps, but he's only going to be rolling 2d6. Gappy, do you want to do anything, or do you just want to let him finish him?
Yeah. So actually, I'm going to start. I'm gonna start forming rock that starts forming around his head, and I want the stones in the rock to like just start trying to pierce like his ears, his eyes, his mouth, just trying to form it around and into his head.
Okay, sounds good. So then we'll do this. Okay, so actually we'll do a turnover. So yes, this ogre here, he's gonna attack you, Jake. Jake, you're Gappy, that's your declaration, which will happen first. But Jake, what do you want to declare? Just attack with your sword?
Yeah, I want to attack him.
Up on his chest and put it through his fucking heart.
So you are first to go, Gappy. So Gappy, this is supposed to be a combat roll. Go ahead and just make me it'll be the light crossbow. So it'll be your Terracraft dice pool. And then if you scroll down there, it'll say your ranged combat spells. Look for magic light crossbow. And I believe it's plus 2d6. So if you want, roll me 7d6. And we're just going to use this as your combat roll, basically.
So I pass 1, 2, 3, 4 of them.
You get 4. He can't make an acrobat. I'm gonna say he auto fails when he's on the. Oh wait, no, he technically gets to dodge, but he's so injured and he's so pinned. Actually, no, it goes down to 0. He literally auto fails because he doesn't have any dice. So you're gonna deal a level 4. Yeah. How do you want to do it?
Is that a serious?
He's dead. This will be a fatal injury.
Oh my god, I'm the hero of the day. I'm gonna just go, Gappy! And I'm gonna start forming rocks around his head. Oh, you know what you could do? You could topple this entire, you can make the stone grow even higher and then just make it fall on him and crush him. It's up to you. Well,
you
I could
whatever
do
you
that.
want.
I think mine is like really gruesome and I love it.
Do it.
So rock starts to form around his head, and as you see it form around his head, you can see the stones kind of forming out of the rock and going like into his ears. And then as it wraps around his head, you can see it like start to push into his eyes. And then as it gets even further, it starts to push into his mouth and up his nose. And you can see all the stone, almost like sand, like rock, like gravel style sand, just going into this every inch and crevice of this guy's head. And as soon as it's fully covered in rock and gravel and sand and stone, you just hear a giant crunch and all the stone collapses into that guy's head, and you know it's just, you don't see anything, but you do see like blood start to seep out from inside, from the outside of that stone.
Yes.
And you know in your heart that under that stone is just a crushed mess of ogre head.
Yes.
Mushroom head.
And with that, Vasily, do you want to keep going free? Do you
I'm still gonna
burrow into him?
I'm still gonna attack him.
So
Yeah,
Vasily, like, you want to jump on his chest and start burrowing into his chest?
I'm gonna jump onto his like chest and start stabbing down into his heart repeatedly.
You do so.
And I'm going.
What'd you say?
I'm just screaming. I'm roaring.
Okay. And with that, combat is over.
I'm really scared of this spore monster, but I want to see how much of that.
But you didn't violate it. Actually, oh, wait a second.
That's why I stayed away. That's why I stayed away.
Technically, I should have been giving you disadvantage this entire time because you're frightened. I totally forgot, but it is totally okay. I don't think it would have mattered because you weren't doing it against any of them until this very end. And you guys were gonna kill him anyways.
Wasn't the ogre? Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, but at this point, Vasily was gonna kill him on the ground.
Yeah, that's why I only focus on the mage, and that is also why I tried to stay away from.
Which is fine. I will say we'll do this though, because I technically should have given you disadvantage on everything when you could see it. You begin to have a panic attack.
So you just see Gappy just like go up there. He's like breathing hard, and all of a sudden he's just like, and then he's like, he jumps off the ledge and he starts digging into the dirt.
Get out of here, Gappy. You know what must be done. At that, Vasily's going to start piling up the dead spore monster. And like he's going to like look around for some oil. He's assuming this this guy didn't start it with flint and steel. He probably had some oil.
Yeah, I'll say there's I'll say there's some oil. Now, as Vasily, as you're digging through, are you going into the tent?
Yeah, I'm going into all his stuff to try to find something.
Okay,
I need
hold
to set the spore monsters on fire.
So as you're digging into the tent, so within his tent, there is a traveling suite, including a cot, a chair, a writing desk with supplies, and a clothing chest. Inside the chest, there is a leather bag with 500 copper pieces, 83 bronze coins, 1 pearl, and a potion of healing, a scroll of darkness, and a small jeweled box.
I'm taking the satchel.
There's also a ring in a small little box, and you kind of feel it, and it's got like some of Gale's fancy runes on it.
I'm gonna take the ring, the jewels, and all that stuff, and put it in. I'm gonna put the satchel on my around my back.
Well, I'll say you drop it. How about for now? Just you drop.
Yeah.
I'll say you guys will get that into your inventory. You can actually just. I'm assuming he has a backpack in there. You could grab his and use his.
Yeah. I'll take that, and then I'm gonna look for anything like oil-wise. I'm gonna pile all these.
Yeah, I'll say he has a couple lanterns laying around that have oil in them already. So
I'm gonna pile the dead spore monster over here onto the big guy, and I'm just gonna light them all on fire.
Okay, and you do so. So make me a survival check. This will only be CL2, but this is a lot of bodies you're trying to burn.
Yeah.
You get it. So you're able to douse it in the way. You maybe even chop down a couple trees around here and pile up the brush, and you light this entire body on fire. And
so
they combust. Actually, and they combust really easy because the spore does combust very quickly.
I'm gonna start washing off my sword and my body, and I'm gonna look to see if he had any spirits. Hopefully, he had something to drink.
Roll me a d20. He did. He had, it looks like some kind of foreign wine.
I'm gonna crack it open, sit down on this little dirt ledge here by the fire, and go, Gappy, you can come out. All the monsters are gone.
Gappy, you cannot hear anything as you are like 20 feet underground.
Yeah, I am just going down.
Well, Vasily's gonna sit here until Gappy gets up.
And how long does that take?
Oh.
Might never come up.
Well, if he doesn't leave by like a certain amount of time...
actually here, David, make it reasonable so the story keep moving.
I feel the heat and from the fire, and I realize that I should probably get out of my hole.
Yeah.
And I peek my little head up and I go, "Are they gone?"
Yes, Vasily took care of all big bad monster.
You promise?
Yes, I promise.
Okay,
Gappy.
I quickly shuffle over to him.
And you behind you at this point, I'm gonna say you've spent an hour or two down in the hole, and at this point the frickin' bodies it's just a big cindered of ash, like of skeletons. It looks like a bunch of flaming skeletons.
Well,
Do you think there's anything else in that tower?
probably, but we also need to get back to Tuntin.
Did you find any good loot?
Yes, I did. But this is not the main adventure. And, you really did not help too much there.
What do you mean? I killed the ogre!
After I had already just, chopped his
Hey
hands
Jake, by the
off.
way, you're very quiet. Can you get a little bit closer to your mic?
Oh, yeah. Hold up.
You chopped his hands off because I held it to the ground! I'm the reason he was in the dirt! We all know I killed the biggest baddie here. I am the hero of this story. Just to show 100% more reason why I, Gappy, am your manager.
Look, Vasily is not going to argue this with you. I have fought giant ogre like him in past.
Well,
Okay. But you did help. But if you're going to join a group, you must realize we cannot split loot up until we are with everyone. We all pitch in.
Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. We got
No.
this loot. Mano y mano, me and you, which means we have the 50% right to this loot.
Vasily's gonna stand up and tower over him and go, "No, this is the way it is done."
Well, technically, he is kind of like, to be 100% fair, you guys are nobody else helped you do this.
I know, but this is Vasily.
That's fair. It's communism. It's up to you guys. You can either do this in RP or we can roll
I understand. I got it.
You're good.
That would intimidate Gappy. Okay. As long, Mr. Strong Vasily Man, please don't hurt Gappy. Can I please have the box of jewels that are in this bag here?
I have my bag on my backpack, on my back. So I'm confused
I thought
on
it
how
was
you
my
know this.
I thought it was my
No,
backpack.
he grabbed the
Oh.
backpack out of the tent.
Can I have one thing that you found?
We will split it up when we get back to group.
You drive a hard bargain.
I drive only bargain. I do not understand this. This is the way.
With that, you guys hear like a big pop as the ogre's like his stomach pops and explodes, and there's like a of a fire.
What?
You hear Gappy just goes, "Ah!"
Because I
And he
share.
starts digging again.
Take some. Get out of hole, Gappy.
Oh, I thought it was alive.
It is dead. But
Vasily,
I
in
will
your
share.
mind, as you're sharing, you think back to originally when you and Jav used to adventure, and where Jav used to
Yes.
hold money away from you because you wanted to spend it all on booze, and you think back to simpler times when you were the guy who wanted all the money.
I know. Look, I will share the wine. Now, you do not know Vasily well, but Vasily, he do love his drinks, and I only share with those that are part of group. So here, drink up.
So he hands you this kind of
grab it.
large bottle of this kind of foreign wine, and it kind of has a sweet, this kind of like almost sickeningly sweet scent. It smells delicious.
I just take a swig, like a big old swig.
Take a big old, and it's the best wine you've ever had.
That's
Yeah.
really good.
And
And then I put the cap on it, and I start to try to put it in my pocket.
Yay! Give it back.
You said we share. You have other bottle, right?
No, it is only bottle.
Here, and I hand it back.
I do not know how you do things, where you come from, but we do not steal from our own. And if someone offers you something in friendship, you do not try to take it.
Oh, me, I would never.
You would never. Interesting. What took you so long back at Agatha's place? Why were you lagging behind?
What do you mean? I did
You
not
were-
steal
you
anything
were-
from Agatha.
Are you sure about that? Why did you not? You were always behind my leg, like little lost puppy. But for some reason, you were over there, and it took you a while to come to me.
I put everything back.
See?
And Vasily, it
That
ponders
doesn't-
you as like in a moment. You and he says like, put everything back. You realize like for a moment you're like, huh,
Hold on.
that is really weird. Like, like in a moment of humanity, like you're like, why did he put that back? Like because that meant that he didn't want to take advantage of her for some reason, even though he could have.
Interesting. See, Vasily finds this weird. Here, sit down. We will sit a while. We just fought. We should drink. See if he has any food.
And at that,
And
I
rest
will
up.
say that another spore zombie, while you guys are talking, is gonna slowly make its way down here. But it's gonna climb over the rock and it's gonna fall into the fire.
Okay, perfect.
So, like, you guys see it like slowly descending here, and when like you guys actually like just having a conversation, it's gonna like climb up on these rocks and go, and it's gonna fall into the chest cavity of the mushroom zombie of the big ogre, and just begin setting on fire and burning.
That is another one for Vasily. Me and my friend Jeff, we used to keep count. It was different time. But the first thing I noticed is you tried to steal my sword. Why did you put the books back? I am not mad. It is very commemorable. But why did you put them back?
They didn't have any value. Not worth Gappy selling. You see, Gappy sells wares, and somehow you have to find stock for your store. And see, I didn't steal Vasily's sword. I saw dead man on ground with sword on back, and I
You
thought,
saw
well,
unconscious man.
I didn't know you were unconscious.
Here, do this. Make me a communication check, both of you. I want to see if Vasily can tell he's lying.
Let's see.
Or you guys can
This might
handle
be-
an RP. It's up to you.
We can do that. We can do that.
We can
I'm
do a
okay
check.
with
We can do it.
Do the check.
You want to do RP or do you want to do a check,
it.
David? Okay.
Uh,
check.
we'll do a
Okay,
check.
hold
I got 2 out of 3.
on. All right, hold on. I'm going. Hold on. I'm going to
I will
preemptive
g-
destiny roll.
Okay. You both get a
didn't help.
2. You both get a 2. Roll off again. Wait, Jake, you still technically have preemptive destiny on this roll.
Oh, do I?
It's the
Okay.
same roll.
Cool.
I only got 1.
got
Gappy
3.
is bending the truth. You don't believe that he was just grabbing your sword, and you also don't believe that those books had no value.
Gappy, sit down. Vasily will tell you a story. It is one his mother used to tell him when he was growing
Gappy
up.
plops on the bench. His little feet are dangling off, and he's wiggling them.
So, Vasily's mother would tell him a story. It was of man. Okay? Imagine man, he sell items, right? He sell things like bread. He sell fresh caught fish, right? One day, he decide, I didn't sell fresh caught fish today. I will put it in snow and sell it tomorrow. Right? Seems pretty reasonable, right?
Sure.
Okay. He keeps doing this day after day. And he think it's not hurting anyone to say I just caught fish today when I caught fish yesterday, but it is still good, right? Is this something Gappy would do?
Do I make money?
You are selling 2-day-old fish at fresh fish price.
Sounds like a really good business model.
It does. And then one day, poor little child come to buy fish. And the man tell her, yes, it was called today. She was getting ready for a festival. You know, the poor people, they don't have a lot of money. So, fish is luxury to them. She gets this fish that says fresh caught fish, little discount. She takes it home. And mother cook fish. And next thing you know, little girl is sick. And they call medicine man. See, where Vasily from, we don't have healing blood. We don't have the stuff Redwall have. All we have is old way. We have medical woman, she come, she do all herbs, spices, they all pray to the slumbering one and the gods, right? They pray for little girl to get better. She only 8 years old, much too young to die. But alas, she still die. And what do they find? They find fresh fish, right? The last thing she ate. And you know what happened to man?
Did he go out of business?
A life must repay life. So, he was beheaded in town square. That is in the story.
Are you going to cut off my head?
No, but do you see little small meaningless lies? Bending truth. Do you not see how these can have large effects at this point of story? Vasily's mother used to tell him this story whenever he would bend truth.
So I'm failing to see here where this bothers Gappy's business ventures.
I am saying, eventually, your lies catch up to you, Gappy. And you might find yourself on the other end of sword of someone you lied to. Do you have family? Do you have children? Anyone you care about besides Gappy?
When you say, do you have family? You kind of see, like, Gappy, I guess maybe wince a little bit. Like, it definitely hit a soft spot in Gappy. And you say, and then you see him kind of shake it off in a second, and you hear,
Gappy has big family. Gappy's family very rich. Gappy's family is second to the Don of the Motown in Redling.
So, if someone killed your little sister, maybe they didn't, stab her, but something they did make her die. What would you want done?
Trick question. Gappy does not have little sister.
Brother, someone in family. What would you want done?
If my family, I would. Gappy doesn't want to talk about family.
But the Gappy gets point of story, duh?
Yes. Can I have more of your wine?
Duh. Here, drink up, little one.
And you
I
two drink.
I drink the wine.
There's a kind of a moment of quiet, and the fire kind of.
Another
out.
zombie falls over the
Yeah,
head.
just another zombie comes bumbling out of the tower and just like flops into the fire.
Can we leave?
Duh. It is time we get going to Tuntin.
And with that, you guys pack up your stuff and get on the road to Tuntin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.